and I'm all out of buttons.
If you want to be a wise guy, you can do it anyway. If you want to be a strong man, you can do it anyway. If you want to be an Indian chief, cowboy, you can do it anyway. You can't do it anymore.
The most electrifying line in sports entertainment today. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, hate me if you can survive if I let you. I'm figuring and thinking that nothing's gonna stop my Macho-Man Randy Savage now. I'm the man, I'm the icon, and yes, you can't bow. I am God.
The number one show on the net that leads to the best in your head like Goldberg Net. For the punks and the perverts, that'll work with every funky non-faker. Check Inchman and Barbie, they got the cheap, so sit back and have a seat. They got questions from the fans, in your head is the man from Australia to Japan.
Take down the road, oh shit, man. Somebody throws up the Mississippi. We are bigger, we are faster, and we are all night long. All you idiots, punks, perverts, and fools, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
All right, we're back. Welcome to In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, handsome Jackie Jones, the pride of the Pilgrims, along with my right-hand man.
I like it when you bust out the pride of the Pilgrims. That's always a good one. Not quite sure what it means. Did you see like a pilgrim one day and they just looked at you and said, "We're proud of you"?
I kind of took it off Sheamus, because Sheamus is always, he's like this Celtic warrior.
Yeah.
And, like, to me, that, like, is, like, something from, like, the 1700s, like, this ancient warrior. So, I'm from Cape Cod. What would be the equivalent of my heritage? The Pilgrims. So, I am the pride of the Pilgrims.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sounds like some good stuff.
If there can be an ancient Celtic warrior in the year 2011, why can't there be a Pilgrim?
Well, Jack, pride
That's
of
all
the
I'm
Pilgrims.
saying.
I am 1-inch biceps. The power goat.
Oh, man.
Bah. Not feeling so powerful today.
We've had a week off. The Inchman was, he was in the friggin' hospital.
Yep, I was admitted to the hospital. Did some time, eat some meals. Got some juices shot into me.
Oh, man. This is a typical weekend, isn't it?
No.
Typical trek down to the Y.
Well, you know, the IV, not...
Right. I understand.
I'm not into those kind of activities you're speaking of there.
Uh-huh.
But anyhow.
I'm trying to cheer you up. I'm sure you've missed this type of talk.
Yes, I've missed it so much. Having people, you know, throw homosexual acts upon me, like you always try to do. It always goes around to just you banging somebody in the ass.
Well, I didn't say me. You know, I meant you, not the, you know. But anyway, I don't think...
You normally always work it in there somehow.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you were in medical hospital. You had pneumonia came back. You're in the hospital. You know, I thought the show was over. I thought that was the end of the Inchman.
You thought I was dead? No. I'm not dead yet.
So how long were you in there for?
That should be my saying. Yours is I'm not a werewolf. I could just say I'm not dead yet.
How long were you in there for?
I was in there Saturday. I got admitted. Sunday I was in. Monday evening they let me loose. And I was happy as could be. But I probably should have stayed.
Hey.
This congestion, my ears fill up and it feels like I'm underwater.
Oh, that sucks.
Don't know what the deal is with that, but it's kind of died down in the last couple of days. Hopefully I'm getting it all under control, but trying to...
You gotta take care of yourself, man.
I know it. I'm trying to get plenty of rest, trying to, trying to eat right. Had some chicken wings earlier today.
Stay warm.
Thought that set me just right.
Yeah, health food.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you get the chicken wings, do you also eat the carrot sticks and the celery sticks?
I eat the celery sticks. They had some celery with it. I've never had carrot sticks. Do they do that in your neck of the woods?
Really? Oh yeah, you get both the celery and the carrot sticks here.
And carrots.
We're living large.
Huh. No, I've never seen carrots around here.
You never seen carrots?
No, with chicken wings, I've never seen carrots.
Yeah.
I've seen carrots, of course. Very well.
We're glad to have you back here, Inchman. We don't know how long the show will be tonight. If it just starts passing out, we need to rush him off. We're going to have to close it up.
You just have to close up shop. Pay no attention to the dying man over here.
But in all honesty, all kidding aside, I'm glad you're doing well and you're on the road to recovery.
Yep, I'm getting there.
You're on the road to recovery, and in your head, Incher, that we're on the road to Sports Entertainment-mania.
That's right. We've got the T-shirt on inyourheadonline.com, Entertainment-mania.
Good stuff.
Yeah, how's it selling?
Yeah, I think we sold a couple shirts of those, and they're a little higher price. They're the premium shirts. They're like $20.
Damn.
I haven't checked lately, but I know we sold a couple of them, and we've been selling the Power Goat shirts. So thank everybody out there buying the heady merchandise.
I need to make a big push for that one because I got to make it the #1 seller.
Yeah, and we've also been selling some Duckman merchandise because we have a separate Duckman store where you can get the Duckman stuff with the it's got him and New Jack, picture of Troy, the Flea Drew. So it's really good times. I love all the information up on the website.
Well, Jack, I think we owe some people some explanations for tonight. Last week, I was in the hospital, got out, I wasn't feeling so hot, didn't do the show. But this week, both the guests that we rescheduled for this week, they both canceled.
They both canceled. We had Zach Allen and Shad Gaspard, first time ever together, as far as I know, and
that's a hell of a tag team.
Yeah, one of my favorite banners I put together. I dug it. What was funny was that is an actual picture of Zach Allen. You would think it would be the other way around. You would think Shad Gaspard would be standing in front of a wall covered in graffiti, but it was actually an actual picture of Zach doing that, and then I stuck Shad Gaspard in it.
I'll have no part of that. That's a stereotype, sir.
What?
Stereotyping, Jack.
You mean guys like to hang out in front of graffiti?
I meant the other one.
Oh,
you say Shad should have been the dude standing in front of graffiti.
Yeah. So Shad over the weekend, it's huge news. It's all over the internet. The man was jaywalking, which I don't think's even a crime. I don't think it's a crime anymore. If it is, at the most, I think maybe you get a ticket, you get a $20 fine.
Everybody's committed that crime if it is a crime.
Yeah, and he was jaywalking with an MMA fighter, I think like Josh Barnett or something, who videotaped this. Now, obviously, they didn't do anything to him. But Shad, they got down on the ground, on the road, on the sidewalk, face down, like 4 policemen on his back, their knees on his back, handcuffing the man over jaywalking.
Damn. That's crazy. Why are they doing all that?
And he keeps saying, I didn't do anything wrong. And they're showing people that stand around, and they're all saying, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. He's claiming that it was racial profiling.
I haven't seen this video. What exactly happens? He just walks across the road and they jump.
They don't have the what leads up to it. They just have him on the ground with the cops on.
Oh.
So if any of the policemen are out there, if you want to tell your side of the story, call on the show. Policeman.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I haven't been on Facebook in a while. Who are we interviewing today?
What? This is Mark. Now, last time Mark was on, Intra said, "Don't interrupt us," and he calls right in. He starts interrupting us.
I love
you
Mark.
recognize my voice. Hey, how you been?
I've been in the hospital, Mark. I'm sorry. I kind of feel bad
What's
that I
been
yelled
going on?
at you. I think that's karma coming back at me.
Oh,
Struck me down and put me in the hospital.
What happened? What'd you do to
Pneumonia came back.
Oh,
It sucks.
well, at least you're out now, right?
Yeah, I'm out now and at large. I'm on the show. Both of the guests, they canceled tonight, Mark. Apologize.
Oh,
Yeah, we were just going at it, Mark. So Chad, he said his lawyer, he sent him a paper. He's like, "Don't do this interview. Don't go on in your head and start talking about this because we're going to be suing these policemen. You go on there, you incriminate yourself, and it'll get thrown out." He didn't say all that, but that's you got to read between the lines.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So he's not coming on. We're going to get his side of the story, but it's not happening. And Zach Allen, he's scheduled for a match tonight, so he's not on the show, but he'll be on next week. And the thing is, Incher and Mark, is tonight I made my debut on the radio. I went on OneWrestlingRadio.com, OneWrestling.com radio, OneWrestlingRadio.com. It's out of Philadelphia on the actual radio. Plug in your head, because we're working together. They come on before us. What better thing to do on Wednesday than sit and listen to 4 or 5 hours of wrestling? I don't think there's anything better. So you listen to One Wrestling Radio, followed by In Your Head. It's good times. So go on there to plug this, and there's no guest on tonight. So what do? I'm like, hey, listen to us.
Hey, we're the main event anyhow, aren't we? I think Mark would agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Hell yeah. So what's caught your fancy in the wrestling world this week, Mark?
Well, actually, everything it's going pretty good. Like I'm, let me see, Glass City Wrestling, GCW. Well, actually, my promoter, Roger No, he was real pissed off about something, and I'm like,
Roger No, he's always in the know. That should be his name.
Pretty much. And, well, it's been like a lot of times in the past that people will come up to me and say, "Mark, you did this. Mark, you did that." And I'm like, "No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about." And they'll say, "Well, that's because you do it so much you don't realize you're doing it." So, he was pissed off, going off. I'm like, it's something I did. And no, it was actually another promoter that was underranked by him that wasn't doing everything he was supposed to do. But by the other promoter being an adult, it wouldn't be appropriate for him to call him out in front of teenagers, so he kind of made it seem like he was talking to us. But at the same time, he was also, a little bit of it was directed to the other students, too, in the locker room.
Mark, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now, Mark, on Facebook, I'm calling you out. You say you are Mark Henry Jr. Are you the actual son of Mark Henry, the world's strongest man?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Because there are people are saying it's a fraud. They're saying you're not really his son. What's the deal here?
Well, you know what? I don't really try to make people believe who I am. I mean, within the next couple years, when I make it to WWE, people can see it for themselves. But I've actually just started wrestling school not too long ago. I'm in Toledo, Ohio right now at Glass City Wrestling Academy. So, I'm really not too pressed about trying to make people believe who I am. I really could care less because it's not taking anything from me, whether someone else believes me or not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mark, I won't believe that you're Mark Henry's son until you bend a frying pan. Can you do that for us?
You're breaking up. Say that again.
Uh-oh, see, he can't hear me now.
Yeah, he's breaking. Yeah, he's breaking up now. We want to see the papers. We need the proof.
Bend a frying pan for us, then I'll believe. That's what I want.
So you're growing up. You're the son of the world's strongest man. He's in the WWE. He's big time superstar there. Did you get to see a lot of Mark Henry while you're growing up?
Yes, I did. He really didn't come around too much, but when he did go to the WWE around, that was I was what? Let me see, 93, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1998. I was born in 1993, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was about 5 years old when he left. But, you know, he's been having a lot of break time, like between 2000 and 2004. And then when he went back to the WWE, a lot of things changed. Like, he really wasn't coming around too much. But, I mean, I got to see him not this following Monday, but last Monday, you know, he stopped by for a little bit, you know. But other than that, you know, it's kind of, I'm kind of used to it because, you know, I figure, okay, he's busy a lot. You know, he's not really at home that much. But at first I was like upset, but as I got older, I'm 17 right now, I kind of can understand, you know, how it is. You know, it's also, there's a lot of things that go on in WWE that he can't tell me about. And I used to just question him so much and ask him about it, and he'd be like, okay, I can't tell you everything. And I used to get mad, but now I kind of understand, though.
What do you, on Father's Day, what do you get the World's Strongest Man for a present?
On Father's Day, I got him a big box of chocolate because he loved chocolate. And believe it or not, when he came home, I made him a big old breakfast because, you know, he loved bacon and sausage. So I made him bacon, sausage. I made him a big old omelet with green peppers, onions, mushrooms, black olives. I mean, it was just amazing.
Man, we got to get over there, Inch Man. We can eat some bacon and sausage.
Sounds like Mark knows how to cook.
Uh-huh.
I'm all about
Oh,
that.
yeah, I'm a pretty good cook myself, yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you get to hang out with any of those divas?
Do I get to hang out with you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Man, if only I could, you know.
Which
Yeah.
diva
Now, if
do you wish Mark would bring home to you?
Yeah. Maybe on your 18th birthdays, like, look what I got you.
Son, it's time to make you a man.
Uh-huh.
Brought you Kelly.
You know what? I think I would really appreciate that. And I know you people may think I'm sick, but if I could pick any diva, it would be Vicky Guerrero.
Really?
Oh, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not like I don't understand people in WWE with all the fat jokes. I mean, she's lost so much weight. She's not really fat anymore. I don't know what the problem is, but I mean, I just love her personality. You know, she's the type of person that. She's in charge. I'm the boss. I like that. That's just really what I like about her.
All right. Maybe you can hook that up for you. I don't know.
Vicky, if you're listening, Mark Henry Jr.
All right, Mark. Well, we appreciate calling in. We don't have any guests tonight, but next week we're probably going to Sarah Del Rey here, and maybe Zach Allen, and maybe even the Road Warrior Animals. So it could be a really packed show next week.
Jam-packed.
Uh-oh, that sounds pretty exciting.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. Good talking to you.
All right, thanks, man. I'll catch up with you later.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
It's good, dude.
Mm-hmm. Mark Henry Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about some Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you think that guy's legit? I don't know what to think.
Yeah, if he bends a frying pan and shows it to me on the YouTube, then I'm all about it. I'm saying the man... He has to be the son of the world's strongest man. He just been a frying pan.
Yeah, you listen in your head, Incher. You don't know who's going to call in. You might be listening, and we're talking to Sid Vicious, and who calls in? Sid Vicious' son.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Shad Gaspar, who calls in the son of Mark Henry. You don't know what's going to go on. Don Marie's called in.
Michelle McCool's brother.
Michelle McCool's brother. Oh, my God. It's madness here.
That's always
the guy that used to be in WWE, he called in using a fake voice.
Which one was that? I don't remember.
And then we had him on the show later on. He used to be in the Spirit Squad. The name escapes me at the moment.
Oh, using a fake voice. Who was that?
He called in. He said he was like Ralph or something.
Oh, Ken Doane.
Ken Doane, exactly. Ken Doane called into the show using a fake voice. Madness.
That was madness. I can't. So that was during the Mikey interview, wasn't it?
No, that was actually during Brian Carlucci, Brian Danovich.
Oh, okay, so people can go check that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Listen for Ralph. He's a faker.
And then I called the man back because I'm sneaky and I kept the man's phone number. So I called him back and I got it was a woman answered and I found out it was like what diva, but I'm not sure which diva. So whichever diva at the time was, doing the wild thing with Ralph, that's probably who I was talking to.
Wasn't it Victoria or something like that?
It could be. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Was he going out with Victoria? I can't remember.
Kids still say the wild thing, right? That's still hip.
Yeah, Tone Moke. I mean, that's a big song nowadays.
Yeah.
Boom,
So,
boom, boom, boom. Wild Thing. That's good too.
yeah, definitely.
Kids love
All right, so the guest not on here. There's more to talk about. No guest.
Yep. So Shad Gaspard, he was arrested for jaywalking.
Yep.
Police cuffed him and pushed him on the ground and all that stuff. That's a little out of line. I think that normally, you just give them a ticket for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop that.
If you ever
jaywalk.
take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia, better read the signs, obey law and order. You hard times. He's serving hard times. So anyway, he's gone. He's not on the show. He might come back. I don't know. But then, so I was on the show. One Wrestling Radio comes on before In Your Head. Every week they're gonna plug us. We plug them. You got like a 5-hour block of wrestling stuff. Listen to them. They're good dudes. On there, nobody to plug because we didn't have, normally I wouldn't mind so much. We had no guests. So I was searching for a guest intro.
Mm-hmm.
I was calling people up. I called up Mike McGurk. I was like, Mike, come on the show. But I got no answer.
You said you'd come on years ago.
2009.
2009.
So I went into my Rolodex of numbers. I'm like, who the hell am I going to call up? I don't normally like to do that. But I thought, what the hell? It's a big occasion. I'm calling up Mean Gene Okerlund.
Mean, by God, Gene.
Mean Gene Okerlund. So I call up Mean Gene, and the man answers. Oh, this is Gene Okerlund. He's like, yes, it is. Who is this? And I'm like, it's Jack from In Your Head. He's like, where the hell are you, Jack? And so I tell him from Cape Cod. We had this big conversation. And he's telling me he lost his virginity on Cape Cod, but he doesn't remember what town because he was 4 years old.
4 years old. Why, Jack? It was in a 1920s Buick.
So I booked Mean Gene for the show, but he couldn't do it tonight. But he's gonna come on after Wrestlemania. That's pretty awesome. Mean Gene Okerlund.
That's awesome. That's good
But he
booking.
could fill in tonight. So then I was like, who's a cool guest that maybe doesn't have a lot going on? And that's not a put down or anything. Maybe he's not so busy. I call up Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Uh-huh. And the man answers right away.
How do you answer? What did he say, Gilbert?
He's like, yeah, so this is Gilbert's.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is that his real name, or?
I think he's got a wrestling school, and it's called Gilbert's.
Oh, my Lord.
So I got Gilbert, and he's like, I'd love to do it, but not tonight. That's too short a notice. Like, what the hell are you doing, Gilbert? But all right, so he'll be on probably next month.
Awesome.
So then I gave up. I'm not because I'll end up with like 50 guests because they'll say I'll come on, but not for a couple months.
Yeah.
So I emailed some people, and we were going to have a replacement. I won't say who because I don't think it's going to happen. But who knows? It might happen. But it probably won't. But I'll thank Greg Price for helping out. He tried to get us a guest for tonight. So anyway, that's probably enough for that. Let's talk about some wrestling.
All right, Jack. I missed TNA Impact. Can you fill me in on some of the madness that happened?
Oh, man. TNA Impact. You're putting me on the spot here.
You told me it was just particularly bad. That's all.
Oh,
really
yeah.
said.
This was a bad show. It was like so much bad. The Raw that week, this was last week, because this Raw this week I thought was better. But last week, the whole Raw was almost all talking, like all promos, and the match was so short.
Uh-huh.
So I tuned in Impact. You would think, Raw doesn't give us much wrestling. We're the alternative. What should we do? Let's pound home some good, awesome wrestling. Nah, let's not do that. Let's show a bunch of backstage segments.
Oh, boy.
Non-stop action. It's all backstage, shaky cam, in and out of focus. I hate that. I thought I was watching the reactions at Impact.
They're sticking with that, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like the whole shaky cam, especially when the women are on, because they normally just scream at each other. Makes your head hurt even more, because it's like the combination of shaky cam and the women just yelling like crazy at each other.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my lord.
Like, just bend over already.
Yeah.
Let the freaking pigeons loose, why don't you?
Don't you know that's what we want to see?
Yolanda over at Gimmicks T, she's got a new shirt, Let the Pigeons Loose, so you can go buy that. Good times.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it was like all backstage segments. All the matches were real short.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see people like Ink, who I can't stand seeing.
It's gone to that now, has it? Now that the man called in and yelled at us.
Yeah, I always
can't
hated
stand
seeing them. I think I've been pretty clear that I really hate those guys.
Oh man,
I don't hate him like personally, but I really see Shayna Moore's on the show and he's a good dude and he's a good interview, I thought. But when I see him come out there all covered in those tattoos and all that face paint, I just really would want to see like a group of people just pounce on him, beat him down, and like tie him to the back of a pickup truck and like drive away with him.
Oh my. I really just think they should tap into that punk rock type of, attitude, but they don't. They kind of make them like these guys who want respect and stuff, and it's like, it's not what punk rock's about, you know? They should be like spray painting cars and pissing on Kurt Angle's gold medal or something, you know?
I think they should be heels.
Yeah.
Because I see him, I just want to see Shayna Moore just pummeled, like unmercifully.
Pummeled unmercifully.
Yeah.
I believe you wanted that to happen to Kendrick as well.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I got big news on Kendrick. Then we'll get back to Impact.
Okay, big news here.
Brian Kendrick. He was on a show that my grandma watches every morning. This is 11 a.m. He was... Come on down, Brian Kendrick. He was on The Price is Right.
Awesome.
That's just the guy. They didn't even mention he's a wrestler or anything. He's just a guy, fan, audience.
How'd he do? Did he win?
He got up on stage. He won whatever it was $3,000, but then he lost the.
That's more than TNA pays him.
Yeah, that's another thing. He's on there. Now, normally, if someone even like remotely famous is on a show, they're playing for charity. But he's on there playing to win his prizes himself.
I couldn't blame him. He works for TNA, dude.
What does that say about wrestling, though? This guy's a famous wrestler, and he's on there trying to win himself a new living room set.
Oh, I'm so stoked about winning this living room set. Thanks, man. Thank you, Drew Carey. You're number one.
And he was dancing around on stage like he thought he was a big star, I think. But I don't think anyone knew who he was. Drew Carey obviously didn't.
Well, I'd be a little shocked if Drew Carey did know who he was.
Drew Carey's at more WrestleManias than Brian Kendrick, I think.
Has he?
He was on WrestleMania, one of them.
Which one? I wonder.
I can't remember. He was on a WrestleMania. He did something.
He was just like standing in the crowd or something?
I think he walked out and he did some jokes.
I'm going to say it's probably around when his show was on the air. The Drew Carey show. But, yeah, that's crazy. Brian Kendrick was on freaking Price is Right.
Royal Rumble after was telling me. Little Melts, he's there. He was at Royal Rumble.
Nah, that wasn't WrestleMania.
Yeah, whatever. He was there.
Get your facts straight. You're supposed to be a big internet radio wrestling guy. Whatever that is. Get your facts straight, dork. Can't believe I'm doing a show with you.
So Brian, you didn't even know Brian Kendrick was on Price is Right?
Well, I've been in the hospital, Jack.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Not 3 weeks ago, last weekend.
Yeah, well, this happened Monday.
I was in the hospital. I said it earlier. They got TVs, but I was more interested in what Charlie Sheen was doing. Sorry.
So Brian, he's on there. He comes down. He gets on stage, and obviously, if you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't think the man's a wrestler. He's like 150 pounds and like shorter than all the other contestants. I don't know. I just thought it was funny, but I think it's kind of like it didn't really put wrestling over. It's like this famous guy is just on there as some goober. Yeah, he won a popcorn cart.
He won a popcorn cart?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. He needs to do a promo with that popcorn cart.
Definitely.
He'd be like, "Oh, I'm so stoked about winning some popcorn." Yeah, dude, cowabunga.
So he won that, but then he didn't win his tic-tac-toe game, and then he also lost on the big wheel.
Loser. He doesn't know how to spin the big wheel.
He spun it. He spun it pretty good, but the woman got like 90 cents, so that's a hard one to beat.
Yeah, that is a hard one. I always liked it when that yodeling guy came out. The yodeling.
Yeah, I like that one.
I always liked that.
Funk.
Yeah, is that what it is?
No, that was, I forget what, that's like the mountain climber. I believe.
Yeah, that was always my favorite. Don't know why. Yeah, I could have that in my room and just send it up and down the mountain, and I'd just have a smile on my face the entire time. Like, oh, yes, it's entertainment right there.
Mm-hmm. I want to thank everyone here in the chat room. Chat room's really full. If you're listening on Justin TV, come over to the chat room and yourheadline.com because we're going to give away 2 copies tonight, Enter 2 of Chris Jericho's Undisputed.
Got to catch up. Got to make good for last week.
Exactly. 2 copies, so if you call in, you'll get an entry, or if you're in the chat room by the end of the show, you stick out throughout the whole show, you'll also be entered. So you could possibly have 2 entries.
Mm-hmm.
Double your chances, but you cannot win 2 copies. That would be cheating.
That would be cheating.
Right. So back to Impact. Impact is like all backstage segments, all this foolishness, inks out there. And then, main event.
What was the main event, Jack?
Main event, it was Sting. Well, it was a surprise opponent for Jeff Hardy, and it ended up being Sting.
Oh, boy. Did they show that promo again that was, like, mocking the Undertakers?
Yeah, we didn't talk about that last week, because we weren't here, but my God, did that make TNA just look so Bush League. Just, like, totally ripping off.
Just that promo.
Yeah, that big vignette.
Just that's what made him look Bush League?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else. But, I mean, how much more Bush League can you look at?
That is pretty bad.
It's totally ripping off the... Is that going to be the new thing in wrestling? Everything's going to be numbers? It's always all these date vignettes.
Well, they did do 10-10-10 before, you know.
So WWE copied them.
Yeah, so they were on this number gimmick a long time ago.
Oh, man.
I loved watching Abyss scream 10-10-10. I was like, man, that gets me into wrestling.
So it was raining. It showed a guy in boots and numbers, and, you know, it was like, oh, my, you just have to totally rip off the WWE. And then, like, as your serious top angle. Now, when the ECW did it with the BWO, that was a comedy angle. So that's a little different. But if you just totally copy the big angle from the other show, you look lame.
I could see Vince Russo scratching his beard right now, thinking, pondering over this. He'd be like, well, what do I do then? Fire somebody else, Dixie, if, you know, they screamed to fire me. I don't know what that man's done. He must have something on somebody. He's got to be blackmailing somebody. I mean, really. How does he still have a job?
I don't know. What I read in the Observer was they said that the writers like to put Dixie into storylines because she's like a mark for seeing herself on TV, so then you're not going to get fired.
Do what?
Like so then you won't get fired. You can like write the worst crap imaginable, but as long as you got Dixie Carter in the segment, it'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's bright of him, you know. Job security.
Dixie Carter was on Impact this week too.
I could make some Dixie Carter segments. I don't think she'd like them, but I could make some.
Open up with Immortal, and Hogan saying he has complete control over the company now.
My Dixie Carter segments would probably be like Jose's script for Raw.
That was a pretty awesome script.
It was. I was like, half the roster was raping Stephanie at the beginning.
Throughout the whole show, I think.
Yeah, and she was like screaming, like, you know. Oh man, I love Jose.
One thing I do want to I will put over TNA for one thing, because they were out of the Impact Zone this week, and they were in North Carolina. And I'll say the building looked really good. It looked pretty packed. I heard it, I don't know, didn't do too well, but it looked good to me. It looked good seeing them in another building, but the problem was the show was so bad, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, whenever you go outside of your building, you might want to try to put on a good show.
Yeah, because I know everybody's saying they got to get out of the Impact Zone, but really, if you're not going to have a good product, it really doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, try to have a good product.
Yeah. So anyway, Sting, he came out, and Sting's got a new jacket.
Uh-huh.
It's got like red sequins all over it.
Man, I'm glad he really ups the ante there. He really knows how to turn it on when he's brought back and has this new big angle. He's like, I'll get a new jacket. He comes out and goes, whoa, showtime, folks.
If like a mime was trying to be like Sergeant Pepper.
Oh, yeah?
That's what he looks like. He's like the mime Sergeant Pepper.
Excellent.
And I didn't mind the jacket too bad, but he's got like these sequin things all over the front of his pants. That looked kind of weird. But anyway, it wasn't a bad match. It was like 6 minutes long, and it really kind of put like Sting was like so much bigger deal than Jeff Hardy, and I don't really think he is. I think Jeff Hardy's probably a bigger star to like current fans over the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, I mean, what has fans really seen out of Sting recently? Mm-hmm. Except new jackets.
It was a pretty good match for Sting, but still it was like 6 minutes, and the guy beats a world champion in like 6 minutes, and I didn't think it was I don't think it's a smart move either. Like, do you really need Sting back on the show and having your title?
So Sting's the new world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious. Are they going to do away with that silly belt?
The silly belt. I don't know. That's what he was holding over his head. So,
really?
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Anderson said that he could put something in his ass and shit out a better belt. Like, don't you think you might want to get rid of that belt if like the champion's not putting it over?
You would think so.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Anything happen on SmackDown, Jack, that you recall?
SmackDown.
Anything notable?
I don't think I got to see SmackDown.
Did you see the Superstars?
Oh man, you're really putting me on the spot. I think we should probably get to a couple callers.
All right, no more Superstars discussion. That's what happened on Superstars. Enjoy.
Yeah, I think so. I think didn't Chris Masters beat somebody recently in Superstars?
He did. He beat who did he beat? Wait a minute. He beat that freaking Rex guy. He beat him. That was crazy.
No, I like Tyler Rex, too. That's
like, he was getting a pretty good push, but now Chris Masters is beating him on Superstars, so forget about that.
Here in the chat room, Crystal's saying that Jeff Hardy got married today.
Oh, really?
Another thing I want to say about the Hardys quick, because I've been following this man on the Twitter, is Val Venus. And the man, I like Val. I used to like him, but he's just constantly, he's saying that he can beat Brock Lesnar, and he's a better worker than Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah.
And he's just like all day long making fun of the Hardys. And like, a couple times it's funny, but when you do it 24 hours, 7 days a week, I mean, you got like some kind of obsession, my man.
Yeah.
And he's calling them the Farty Boys. And I'm like, what is he, like 6 years old?
That's pretty awesome. The Farties.
Uh-huh.
Oh, served.
He's calling everyone jizz junkies.
Oh, yeah?
He's got some weird stuff there.
I like how he thinks he's better than Shawn Michaels. I mean, wouldn't you think somebody like that would have a job? If you're better than Shawn Michaels, I mean, come on now.
So why should we hire you, sir? Well, I am better than Shawn Michaels. I don't know.
We'll think about this. Hang on.
All right. And you know who else is better than Shawn Michaels, isn't sure?
Who's that?
Gene the Drunk.
Hell yeah.
Gene, you've been on hold forever. What's going down?
I have a confession.
Oh, man.
I am the son of Kamala.
Oh, my Lord. You are?
Yeah.
I totally believe it.
Kamala is my father, yes.
Yeah, I totally believe it.
When he was
when he was rummaging through the Uganda jungles, the jungles of Uganda, he impregnated my mother. Jerry Lawler.
Did he do it on a rocking chair?
Well, let's
Jerry
make
Lawler.
love
Jerry Lawler.
a rocking chair. Oh.
Oh yeah. They caught him, put him in a cage, brought him up to Memphis.
Now,
Trained
when
him.
your mother was in the deepest, darkest jungles of Africa, was she like on a safari, or what was going on?
Well, she was a tour guide, and she was kidnapped by Kamala's tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Then she fell in love with this giant Ugandan.
Man, Jack, are you getting hard right now?
Whoa.
Then she was pregnant by
I
Kamala.
was just curious. I didn't want to be the only one.
Oh.
And I was born.
Man, that's a fucked up story, dude. But that's cool that he's your dad, you know? I mean, you got a legend as your dad. Man's a legend.
No, I think in deepest, darkest Africa, though, I mean, that's just how that's courtship. When they see a woman they want, they grab them and they take them off in the jungles to make them their own.
And I tell you, one night when I was a kid, I overheard them making love, and it was just.
So they stuck together. So she was kidnapped by Kamala in the jungles, and he had a way with her, but she didn't mind her. She liked it.
Kind of like that Straw Dogs movie.
With the Ugandan king of the jungle, Kamala. And he loves sausage and eggs and gazelle.
So that's
and
what
gazelle
you do.
eggs.
So like on Father's Day, you go in, Kamala's laying in the bed, your mom's fanning him, feeding him grapes, and you bring him like a big breakfast.
And then he looks at me and he goes,
yeah, it sounds like Kamala.
Yes, Dad, this is your favorite breakfast, Dad.
Awesome.
Then he groans and he moans and he smiles.
Mm.
You know you pleased him.
Mm. Now, do you look like Kamala? I mean, is there a resemblance?
Actually, no. Only when I have the white face paint on, I look like that. But he doesn't let me wear it.
You ever put on the moon or anything?
Yeah, and I run around the house and I paint a big giant half moon on my ass, and I smack my ass instead of my belly. I just smack the cheeks, and the moon wiggles up and down.
You're letting the pigeons loose.
There you go. There you go.
So, Gene,
and I scream, son of Kamala, son of Kamala.
That's how you get into WWE today, because everyone there is the son of somebody. Well, I guess everyone is the son of somebody. Probably that's how you get here. But I mean, everyone's
Billy
the son
Gunn
of
was. He was the son of a son.
He was the son of a gun. He was the son of a gun.
That is Dusty Rhodes, isn't it? Or Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin. I'm the son of a son, and the son of a gun. The master of the rodeo bulldog was a natural one.
And Jesse Neal, if you're listening, Jesse Neal, I got a challenge for you.
Oh, man.
Next week, me and you, a 15-foot steel cage, barbed wire. Yes, you tattooed, bald head, mohawk wearing freak. You, Jesse Neal.
I got some news about this show. He was going to plug, or whoever's going to plug. TNA pulled him out of it. They're like, you can't go on that, Jesse. Do you think they listen in your head? They're like, what the hell are you doing? You can't do the show.
Jesse, I'm going to beat the
So he
snot
did
out
a
of you.
vignette, and he's like, I'm bringing my backup. I'm bringing Wildcat Chris Harris.
Uh-huh.
So that's what happened. So Wildcat Chris Harris took his place.
Oh, man. Wildcat Chris Harris.
He was already on the show anyway, so I don't know how that worked.
We're going to try to book him again.
He's not so wild, is he now?
I did hear that the show went very well, and they had an awesome ladder match, and I know our man, Page 420, was the cameraman, so hopefully it's good stuff, and we'll iron over all the, I'm trying to be a nice guy here.
You weren't so nice whenever he was calling you a mark on the phone.
Well, what would you do if someone just called and just started screaming at you?
I'd say I'll rip your kidneys out, you son of a... No.
All right, Gene, you've been trying to win yourself a Chris Jericho book.
I want to cut you open. Watch you bleed. Put him in my pit. Say, he puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again.
Uh-huh. No, so Kamala, when he kidnapped Gene's mom, he didn't put the bone through her nose. He was putting it somewhere else.
Put the lotion in the fucking basket.
No, he put it. He actually put it through her nipples.
Oh,
and made.
I don't think you can get pregnant by that.
Where was Ken Chi during all of this? He's just cheering him on.
He's just standing there watching. He's like
he was lost for words.
And
didn't think you'd go to this extreme.
Orlando Jordan is actually my godfather, actually.
All right, Gene. It's good talking to you.
The greatest. See, I believe it. You hear that? That is definitely the son of Kamala.
Definitely. All right. Let's see what else we got here,
He
Gene.
convinced me with that.
Yeah. Don't everyone just say you're the son of somebody. We got a Hunter on the line.
I am the son. Go ahead, Hunter. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty mad at myself because I look at all the wrestling, like, dirt sheet sites and stuff.
Oh, the dirty sheets. Go ahead, though.
And I just clicked their latest story, and it was a leaked Wrestlemania card.
Well, you kind of know how it's shaping up already. You know it's going to be Undertaker and Triple H, and you know it's going to be Alberto Del Rio and Edge. You know a few of the matches. Anything on there that you were surprised about?
A mixed person match with John Morrison and I forgot the Divas versus Drew McIntyre, I think.
Oh, kind of like taking place of the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, because they're just going to do the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be doing that one anymore, so I don't know what they could be doing, just have like a big multi-entertainer-mania match.
This is what I have here from the dirt sheets, those dirty dirt sheets. John Morrison and Kelly and Trish Stratus versus Dolph Ziggler and Team Laycool.
Now, is that considered a women's match? I think
two of them are men because they have penises.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I have not seen proof.
It's kind of a women's match. I think I won partially the bet. So maybe I could get like a payoff of 25 cents.
Oh man, I don't know. We'll have to wait till it actually happens. So.
But I mean, that would just kind of even it out because I think I would have owed you 25 cents. And
I think it's a push. I would not. That's a mixed gender match.
Push. Okay, I understand. What
but
else?
John Morrison's been getting a big push himself, and so is Dolph Ziggler. Kind of like a lame match to throw these guys in, tagging with a couple of chicks. Why not just have them have a one-on-one match for the IC belt or something?
Yeah, I think I'd rather just see a women's match and not an intergender match, I'd rather see it I don't like to see it mixed up. I hate intergendered matches because they always got to tag out whenever the guy's in the ring.
Would you like it better if they didn't? So, like, Dolph Ziggler could just be, like, giving, like, a power bomb to Kelly?
That'd be awesome. He's doing the zigzag and all that. Yeah, that'd be good stuff.
Morrison's doing his flippy dives on Layla.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that match, I'm with you, Hunter. I think some of the big matches are pretty cool because I'm looking forward to Triple H Undertaker. I don't think the build has been that great, but I think the match itself is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to Cena versus Miz. I know some people aren't, but I'm looking forward to that match and also how The Rock interplays with them. Edge versus Alberto Del Rio, I think that one could be good too. You got and of course the King versus
Cole.
That's a match I want to see. I don't know. The match probably won't be great, but it'll be a spectacle.
Stone Cold was added as the special referee.
Mm-hmm. And Hulk Hogan, he kind of he put this out there and spoiled WrestleMania. They said they're mad at him, but he went out and said that his buddy Jimmy Hart was approached to be the manager for the King in that match.
Oh, really? Well, that's cool.
Yeah, why Hogan gonna go out there now? He might have ruined a payday for Jimmy Hart.
I know it, and he was recently fired by WWE because they're mad at him for doing that celebrity wrestling show that Hogan did. Yeah, I mean, and he's the nicest dude there ever was. I mean, why's Hogan got to screw that up for him? Give him a job if you're going to screw up his other jobs. Damn it, Hogan.
Asshole.
Quit being such an asshole.
Man.
Ask John Graziano about that.
Oh, man. Now
I'm going all Bret Hart on him.
Sorry, Hunter. Hunter does not like that kind of language.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to mention that WWE was so mad that they put out clips of Hulk Hogan losing.
That is pretty messed up because you ruined WrestleMania. You ruined, this guy's supposedly a big friend of his, and he's ruined the guy's payday for WrestleMania. So I don't think that was right of the Hulkster.
Nah.
No. My point is that doesn't do much at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a big surprise that Jimmy Hart would be there in the corner of Jerry Lawler, but I'd like to see it. Yeah,
it's better than Jack Swagger being the other guy's corner.
Oh that's pretty lame. Jack Swagger in Michael Cole's corner. I think he'll make it work though, because
I think it'll be good, but it just
funny.
was like kind of a lame payoff to I got this guy in my corner and it's Jack Swagger. It's like, well, who cares?
Figured it would have been like Alex Riley or something like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if he just would have came out with Swagger and it was just Swagger, not even make it I get this guy in my corner.
What doesn't make sense is how JBL is the guest referee. How Miz always talks about how JBL said he could never be good in wrestling. And
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Then he ended him being in the match.
Is he in the match, the final thing, or is it not going to be Stone Cold? Because he's the one who signed the contract.
Yeah, it's going to be Stone Cold, but I think it wouldn't really make much sense if Cole said, I want Stone Cold as my ref, because, he'd probably be beating Cole's ass. So I thought that was a good tease. They teased JBL, and then, ended up being Austin.
Yeah, I just figured that was a one-shot for JBL. He just came in and did that Raw, and I don't think he'll be at WrestleMania. So.
Now, do you think when all these guys come out on Raw, Hunter and Incher, you got JBL, you got The Rock, you got Austin, these guys in the past, even the King, do you think it kind of makes the current guys look really pale in comparison, promo-wise?
Well, The Rock, definitely. Stone Cold, I don't know. He's not really getting me too excited anymore. His whole stick just comes out and drinks beer and stuff. It just doesn't do anything for me.
How about JBL? I thought his promo was really good.
Yeah, he didn't miss a beat. He looked kind of older, though, Well,
he is.
Yeah, I know he is, but, he looked like he's aged a good bit since the last time he was on camera.
Huh? Oh, no, I thought he looked pretty good. Looked in good shape. Better than Sting.
Are you in agreement with us, Hunter? You think the old school guys make everybody look like fools nowadays?
No, I think it actually compliments the new wrestlers to have the old wrestlers come back and have a little bit of nostalgia in there.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. How old are you, Hunter?
I am 15.
All right, so how long have you been watching wrestling?
I didn't get into it until around 2005, but I go back and watch some classic stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. So, Rock coming back, you probably, weren't watching him in his heyday. What have you thought about his promos?
I thought they were great.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. Some people didn't like it last week because he wasn't there live, but I still thought it was good stuff.
I haven't actually seen it in its entirety. I just saw the bits and pieces what they showed on Raw, so... I don't know. It did seem kind of lame that he was just yelling on the camera, but they didn't show the whole thing. I probably need to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter, you've been entered here to win yourself a book. Thank you for calling in. You're a good man.
Thanks for letting me call in. Chris Jericho's awesome.
Yeah, anytime, Hunter, anytime.
I really enjoyed the book so far, Jack. It's been great. People should check it out, definitely, whenever they get it. Or if they don't win it, they need to get it in bookstores. It's a fine
don't
book.
be such a cheap bastard just trying to win yourself a book. You can go to Amazon or any bookstore while they're still open, because I don't think they're going to be around much longer.
I've read several wrestling books, and there's a lot of great ones. Gary Hart's, his was good. Dynamite Kid, that's a great one. Mick Foley's first book. Yeah, the second one was pretty good, too. I don't think I've read any of the after that, though. Who else? Who else was a good book? But anyhow, Jericho's, they're right up there. They got to be the
ones where they're really written by the guys, they have a different feel to them. Because, you read Jericho's book and you can tell it's in his own words. Just like the Larry Zbyszko one, even though it was short, you just read it and you can picture Larry Zbyszko telling you these stories. Mick Foley's the same way. And that really adds to it. It's different than, a book written by somebody else. Yeah. And some of those are good, too. I think the Scott Teal ones, he does a good job. But
J.J.
sometimes you read them. Yeah, sometimes you read them and it's it's just somebody kind of almost like reading a Wikipedia page to you. Mm-hmm. But when it's in their own words, it adds a lot to it.
Definitely.
All right, here. I also let everybody know, too, if you guys want to call in, it's 508-644-8503. We had a bunch of people online, but
they all hung up?
Yeah, they all hung up. We got one more here in the line, but you guys go back. So we're going to go to him, and then we'll talk some more wrestling there instead. William.
What's going on this evening there, fellas?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Glad to see you guys have returned. Two in my head.
Good times. Mm-hmm. So what's on your mind, William?
Oh, a lot on my mind, actually, with, WrestleMania season and everything. How'd you guys think Raw was?
Raw this week, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it overall. It wasn't nothing groundbreaking. I thought Cena's promo was pretty good. I liked how he said, Rock brought it via satellite. I thought that was kind of funny. They're really going back and forth at each other, and it really does seem like they're making the Miz match an afterthought.
Yeah, it's more about Cena.
Yeah, that should be the match if they're just going to go on about that and put Miz in another match. Miz even acknowledges it on TV. He says, I'm not the afterthought here, but if you're yelling you're not the afterthought, then chances are you probably are. So it's they should probably put him in a match with, I don't know, somebody else, like Dolph Ziggler or somebody.
Because Rock doesn't, he mentions Miz a little bit, but really the heat is between Rock and Cena.
Yeah. And that's going to make...
And Miz carrying the belt really doesn't have that appeal with WrestleMania season.
No, it really hurts him. It really makes him look, definitely not like the champion.
Also, and the title's kind of like an afterthought, as well. That's what I've been intrigued for the past 2 weeks, how they build the Miz going into, could be the main event from WrestleMania.
It brings back...
They're trying, but no, it's all about Rock and Cena.
It brings back thoughts of Jericho's book. He was talking about his match with Triple H after, Rock and Hogan, and he said they just couldn't follow that, and the crowd was just worn out after that. And it's it seems kind of the same scenario.
But it's a little bit different
was a good match, though. They did a great job.
I really didn't like that match. Plus, they couldn't follow the match. But what you're saying, though, Inter, if they did put Rock and Cena together and then miss another match, that would be the same deal, though. It would be like the champions match.
Well, you don't put the champions on last, though.
But then if you're champion, it can't main event the show, then to me, you have the belt on the wrong guy.
Well, you just have those dream matches that people are just dying to see, and it's hard to beat them, man. You just gotta have to put the championship match before, I think.
Yeah, like Rock, Taylor, Hogan, and Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
Well, likelihood Taker and Triple H is going to be the main event for WrestleMania.
I read in the Observer they're saying that there's talks between they've gone back and forth, and they think they want to end the show with Rock and Cena, stare down, whatever the confrontation, which would make Miz and Cena the last match. I think that's the way to go, because to me, you should have the title on last, even if it can't follow the other stuff. But I think it will, just because Rock's in there, and then you'll have the Rock and Cena ending the show. I think that's a better ending than Undertaker and Triple H, even though I think that'll be a pretty awesome match.
That's kind of the same scenario, though. Again, it's like if Triple H and Undertaker deliver, it's going to be hard to, get the crowd excited for any other matches.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why they got some. You throw that women's match, the intergender match in there as a buffer. It's like they just saw this good stuff. Let's throw this out there.
Or like a 4-on-4 like brawl, because I heard they're going to put the Core versus like Big Show, Kofi, and I think that's a big loss to WrestleMania this year. Is no Money in the Bank, because now you're going to have all these people stuck on one match.
Why isn't it just Core versus Nexus? But it's Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel versus Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Christian. That just seems like a stupid match. Something to get 8 guys on the card,
Yeah, kind of TNA-ish.
WrestleMania payday, pretty much.
I'd rather just see a battle royal with like 20 guys than that.
I thought that pay-per-view was a bad idea, the Money in the Bank, for having 2 of them. I thought it was cool to have the spotlight, because, then you know who the next year, which star they're going to be pushing to win the belt, because that's where they put them, WrestleMania, big spotlight. And, now you put them at, July pay-per-view, and you're paying for them. It's not that big of a spotlight when they do win the title. Unless they build them correctly.
Yeah, I wish they kind of never would have made the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Just left it for WrestleMania. Felt more special, and I think that was, guys really, they wanted to shine on WrestleMania.
Do it every year, and you see these guys that don't usually have a match on the card, and here they are, balls out, and they're giving everything, and they're killing themselves for, what, the championship. And that was awesome. I thought that was perfect.
Yeah.
Like Jack Swagger. What do you think about him now? I mean, what a fall. I mean, he won Money in the Bank last year, and now he's in Cole's corner. I mean, it's a good spot to be in, though.
Yeah, I think he's doing a good job with it. I just, even though it wasn't they didn't spend weeks building up who's going to be his corner.
Yeah.
I just thought it just kind of came off who cares?
Yeah, a lot of people
kind of this guy my corner.
A lot of people kind of fallen, though. I mean, you had Sheamus challenging, Bryan Danielson for the European title, or whatever title he's got, IC title.
It seems like they really gave up on a lot of. Seems like they really gave up on a lot of the guys that they were pushing hard, though.
Yeah.
From what I read in the Observer was on something was that Kevin Dunn has lost interest in Sheamus. He said that the guy can't get over.
I don't know. I think he was getting over pretty well. I think the crowd, I mean, as a heel, they were hating him.
Mm-hmm. I thought the King deal was kind of lame.
Yeah, that kind of killed his momentum.
So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. They really seemed like they were burying the guy for the last few weeks. He was losing to everybody. Got beat by Mark Henry of all people. Then Triple H just kicked his ass last week on Raw.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get in the ring and he gets kicked in the balls and he gets his ass beat. Not one punch.
Yeah.
Just kind of not bode well.
I think that's a pretty good matchup. Brian.
WrestleMania?
Yeah, Daniels and Sheamus, but at the same time, it's what has been the build for? It's basically the battle of two bums. Both guys just get their ass handed to them all the time. They never beat anybody. Even this week, he couldn't even beat Sheamus, even though everyone beat Sheamus. And the week before that, he didn't even have his match. He was coming out for a match versus an unknown opponent because there was nobody out there, and Miz just came out and kicked his ass, and there was no match. The guy's the U.S. champion, and he never wins. He just seems like a total schmuck. I think they should just get rid of both the IC and U.S. belts because both champions never beat anybody. They never defend them. They're always losing, and they never lose the belts. Why even have the titles?
There's no. I mean, when was the last time you even saw an Intercontinental title match or a U.S. title match at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That meant something. Like they killed it. And tag teams as well. Because, 10 years ago, you had the TLC matches with the tag team, and there was Spotlight, Gold, and money for that spotlight right there for making those tag team belts feel important. A lot of those belts just don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a prop. Well, it doesn't really,
Yeah, I think the problem is because you got 2 world titles, so
and
to have like a second,
in the corner, I guess.
to have a secondary belt, especially on the pay-per-views, it's kind of overkill because you're having 2 world title matches. Then if you'd have 2 secondary title matches, the women's title match, tag team title match. I mean, half the card would be title matches, and that seems kind of silly, I think.
Yeah. I'm excited for how they build the card. I mean, it hasn't been that exciting except for The Rock. And if Cena wins the title, where would he go from there? I mean, who would challenge him? How would anyone be built credible for the title at that point? Because it's all going to be about The Rock and John Cena at the end of
probably The
WrestleMania.
Rock will cost him the match, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I think they kind of want the fans to, boo Rock and maybe cheer for Cena. But
I don't think so.
I don't know how that would be possible.
I think it's kind of like Warrior Hogan, where they build up both strong baby faces and let the crowd decide who they want to cheer for. And I think it'll end with a confrontation, which will lead to a match at SummerSlam. So they get 2 big paydays out of The Rock, one for WrestleMania just being there, then a match at SummerSlam.
When's The Rock going to do a promo about wrecking Cena's plane? When he rips off the cockpit door.
Uh-huh.
Take down the cockpit door.
What if they just keep making fun of each other's films?
That'd be good stuff. I think Cena's got more leeway there. I mean, The Rock was the Tooth Fairy, for God's sakes.
Yeah, but
I know he's John Triton, but
way more money though.
Yeah, that's true. And WWE wasn't producing his films. And The Rock's.
They weren't open for 1 day, and then right to DVD.
Straight to DVD. None of Cena's have done that though. I don't think.
Yeah, that Legendary. It opened.
Oh yeah, Legendary. Yeah, that was only open
DVD the next week.
Limited 2-week premiere.
But I was mean because Meltzer was saying they don't expect to make money off their movies, so they don't want them to have a long opening. So they could put them to DVD, but not be straight to DVDs. If you don't expect them to make money, why do you even make them?
Yeah, don't make no sense.
And why are they doing so horrible now, where they make $1,000 or $500 when, I'm not saying they were World on Fire, but Kane's movie made $10 million, and the Marine I think made more than that. So why would you all of a sudden just go to making nothing? Maybe you're just making your really terrible movies or movies that no one wants to see.
Yeah, they're not exactly setting the world on fire. I think what they should do, I've said it on the show before, they need to make movies geared towards wrestling, about a wrestler, like a biopic of some sort. And I think, that would get fans wanting to see
The Undertaker.
Yeah. Have his origins.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it. Who would play the characters? Would you have Undertaker play himself? Or?
I'd have that dude from Christmas Story, Scott Farkas. He needs to play the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
He could be cry for me, Kane, cry, baby, cry. That'd be good stuff.
Who would play the little Undertaker when he sets the house on fire?
I think Danny DeVito would play a good pallbearer.
Danny DeVito. I don't know. Pallbearer's kind of bigger than Danny, but that would be cool.
Yeah, well then you wouldn't have to get a 6'10" guy to play the Undertaker.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You got to match him up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Danny DeVito is pallbearer. That's great.
I want to give a shout out here at Crystal in Denver. There was some stuff going on. Everybody's bringing it up on the show. It's just, people fight, people argue, people have difference of opinion. I appreciated that she helped out with the recaps. It was very nice of her that she wanted to help out the site. And anything that was between us, it's all under the bridge. Everyone just be nice, play nice. This is a site that everyone should get along on. We do it for free.
Oh, it got
I want
pretty
everyone to
vicious
enjoy
there.
it. So I want everyone to have fun here on In Your Head. And if not, if you don't like her, if you don't like Van, you don't like Job, whoever you don't like, just learn to get along for the sake of it.
Can't we all just get along?
Exactly.
I guess. I agree.
Right. William's bringing the knowledge here.
I got to mention something that's been on my brain for a couple weeks now.
Excellent.
It was about Hogan. It was a couple weeks ago. He did this interview in Fayetteville, a radio interview, and he said about The Rock's return and how The Rock got on the mic and he was dissing the top babyface and saying Cena sucks and everything. And Hogan goes on to say that if it was him and he was on the mic, he would first put over the babyface and say how great he is, and put him over real strong, and not ever put Cena down. Basically, Hogan goes on to say that The Rock did everything terrible, and he buried the WWE, and Rock should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, did you read about this intro? Hogan was saying this.
It's the first I'm hearing about it.
I actually agree with what Hogan was saying, even though I thought it was an awesome moment. No, I agree with what he said. I agree, it makes sense.
I don't think Hogan would ever put someone over, though. I can never go, hey,
I'm not saying he isn't. I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he didn't take his own advice, and I'm not saying I didn't think it was an awesome moment. As a fan watching, I thought it was great. I loved what The Rock said, but I could see what he's saying there is business-wise, is it smart for him to, when he's not a full-time guy there, to come in and totally rip apart your guy that is your full-time guy? Probably not. But Hogan has done that in the past. He's done worse things, I'm sure, and as a fan, I enjoyed it, but I understood what he was saying.
Honestly, I think Hogan could take some notes from what Rock knows how to do. Because whenever he was in the match and he was getting booed by those Canadian fans, he switched it up and he became the heel. Would Hogan ever do that? I don't think he would. He would just sit there and be like, oh, I'm the baby face no matter what. I think Hogan can learn some things from The Rock.
It used to be pretty embarrassing when he would be getting boos and he'd still be trying to soak up the fan reaction and do the Hulk up when everyone's booing him.
So Rock, he knows how to give the fans what they want. In a way, I think, I think maybe Rocky's on the, a little bit brighter about the business than Hogan might be in a way.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look at TNA right now. It's in fucking shambles. I mean, it's terrible company.
That's a fascinating topic to bring up.
And who came in and tried to make it better? Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, and it's worse than it's ever been, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They hired all these new people, and it ain't doing nothing. I mean,
no. I was for it when it happened, but looking back, I mean, obviously, I'd just say I was wrong.
Well, it was exciting because it was stagnant for so long, and it was like, man, I just want something different here. I want to see this company pick up. And then Eric Bischoff, and then, it just felt like there's some sort of new life coming into the company, and then it just went right back to the same thing again.
I don't think it's even W. I think just
like the end of WCW. So doesn't it feel the same to you in a sense?
Anybody they bring in, it's like they might have a week of like it's cool that they're there, but it's TNA. It's always TNA. It's just no matter who's there, they can interchange people. They can have all young guys. They can have all old guys, but the promotion still just sucks.
Mm-hmm. Who's number one contender? Is it Anderson? Is it RVD? And see, that's the thing. RVD came in, kicked ass on top. Ever since then, they lost the title. And you can name a lot of stars just the same way. They built you up, and then, Samoa Joe, I thought it was funny, though, when Dixie Carter was shaking in the ring crying because Hogan was talking all that trash about her. Get out of my ring, you're unemployed. Mm-hmm. I was just like, oh, look at her. Oh, she's really trying. She must have really got some acting classes if she's really trying that hard to get that cry in. That was good.
Maybe she really thought he was taking the company away from her, and that was all real. You know, I've said she's not
Or
the
thinking
brightest.
already, oh shit, I signed these two, and my God, my company in a year is almost dead. Maybe that's why she's crying.
Is that they angle bringing anything back? Is that really setting the wrestling world on fire? The they or them, or which one was it that was supposed to be the saving grace for the company?
Everybody.
They are coming!
Matt Hardy, he's just a regular dude, just standing around now, immortal.
Yeah, he's not even flexing anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna put over somebody in TNA, and that's Gunner and Murphy. I like them. I wish they would give them more time to have matches in the ring. I think they're good workers, both of them. They have a good look. They're big dudes. They're young guys. They're not known from being in WWE. I've seen Phil Shatter in person, and Intra and I many times. Really good talent all around. Good guy on the show.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of old school stuff that you don't see anymore. Just little stuff like they did the crisscross with another. I like Eric Young too. I think that guy's an untapped talent. Like they don't give him a lot. They give him like really terrible gimmicks, but I think he always does like the best with what he's given, and he makes it work somewhat.
Who dug his backstage sketch this past Thursday?
I liked him. I thought it was probably
was great, wasn't it?
I thought it was probably the best part of Impact because the rest. Oh, that was another thing. Intro was the.
Come on.
That was probably the only good part about that wedding. The wedding stuff was horrible.
Oh, Jesus Christ, is that bad?
But just real quick on it, and then they also did a spot this week where they were raking the guy's eyes across the top rope, and I hadn't seen that in years. That was on that old thing where they would expose the business and show how they would do that, but I hadn't seen that for a long time. I kind of dig that, seeing like these old school wrestling moves. And I like that.
They are kind of like the backbone of Immortal now. I've noticed that.
Yeah, the fact that they're really getting away from them being the security guys, they shouldn't bring that up. I think if that match with Beer Money was given more time, that probably would have stole the whole show.
That was just a nice way to give them a shot and opportunity right there. Because they come out now more with street clothes and stuff like that, so they're able to separate themselves more from that security gimmick. And now they're getting their Beer Money, perfect chance.
All right, we'll appreciate calling in, William. Calling in.
Yeah.
Been entered in the contest.
Am I?
Yes.
Awesome.
You are in the
if I do win, I want an autograph from both of you guys.
All right.
It'd be awesome.
All right. Thank you, William. Talk to you later.
All right. Keep up the great work. Later.
All right, Insure. What else did you want to talk about?
You know, Jack, Brodus Lee, or whatever the guy's name from...
Brodus Clay?
Brodus Clay, that's his name. From freaking NXT this season on the internet.
Yep.
He came out and he wrestled Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it before when, what's his name there, Matt Hardy was selling his appendix. There are some things that should not be sold. And Brodus Clay, he went and he grabbed Christian's boob. And this is a move that should not be sold.
That's another old school wrestling move. That's like the pectoral nerve pin. Pectoral claw.
The titty twister. I don't know. I mean, if he claims he's heterosexual, I think he might want to question that after grabbing the man's boob. It looked very strange to me. He just kind of grabbed his boob and he kind of held it for a while. It was like, man, what is this?
You're not a fan of that.
No. That is one body part that should not be sold. You should just put that away and never bring it into a wrestling angle. I mean, he might as well just said, like, he pulled his penis or something. And just have Brodus Clay reach down and grab his penis. It'd probably be the same feeling to me. It was just something like, I was like, man, this is bizarre. Why is he grabbing his boob? Strange.
Tazo here in the chat room, he's saying, he's making fun of the Eric Young comment, but I think that guy is talented. They give him stupid comedy gimmicks, and he works. He worked in Team Canada. He's worked. Then they made him a real life realistic heel. He did a good job in that. They make him like a retarded guy, and he makes that work. It's not good stuff, but he does the best with it, and I think he always delivers. And he's good in the ring. I think he's all around talented guy.
I kind of agree with you. That's good stuff.
But back to Brodus Clay incher. Now you got a big dude. He's big man. All right.
He wants to caress your boobies.
He's kind of like the standout NXT this season.
Oh yeah. I
You
can't really speak on that because I haven't watched a single episode.
You put him with the guy going for the belt there, won the Royal Rumble, Del Rio. So how do we showcase this new young big talented dude? Let's immediately have him job on his debut match on Raw. That will surely help his career out.
Well, it helped his career out when he grabbed the man's pectoral muscle.
That's an old school move, though. They used to do that a lot back in the day. You watch those old 70s and 80s house shows.
They like
Mr.
playing
Fuji.
with people's boobies.
Yeah, they'd be putting on the pectoral muscle and pectoral claw and grabbing the neck and just kind of sitting there. I'm not a big fan of that move either, but I like this big old school, big nasty heel. I like that.
I've never seen another man grab their boob in the past. I've seen like the nerve hold, like where they're grabbing the neck, but I've never seen like them reach down and grab a man's boob.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah,
I want you to find a situation where that's actually happened.
All right.
That's your homework assignment.
Not like homoerotic porn, like an actual match.
An actual match, Jack. I know you want to go to your other videotapes, but you can't watch those videotapes or this one.
But I like this guy, but I think it's all over for him already before he even started.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he'll turn into next Stone Cold or something. Who knows?
You gotta be given something like I don't know. He didn't even have to take the pin. He didn't have to get pinned. Why not just have Del Rio run in and be a DQ and Christian still could have won? You didn't need to pin the guy on his debut match.
Well, it's kind of like we were saying with Gunnar and Murphy earlier, how they're doing some really good matches and everything, but I think it's hard for the fans to get into them because they're like security guys. But they're getting away. They got extra tights now. They're getting away from that. I hope so.
Ultimate Beef here. He's posting pictures of Velvet Sky's ass in the chat room.
Oh, he's a good man. Let's let the pigeons loose.
No,
that might make me feel better here. Let's see here.
So, what else happened in the world of professional wrestling that was tickling your fancy?
Jack, Bullet Bob Armstrong, he's next inductee into the Hall of Fame, along with, he wasn't the next, I should correct myself, the one that was just added, Sonny.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I have two, I think she definitely deserves it. I think, even what they always say, the first diva of the WWE, huge character of the time, kind of kicked off all the divas to follow. I always thought she was a great manager. She knew what she was doing out there. She actually added heat to the people she was working with. She didn't just stand there. I always liked the character. I liked her on the show. But at the same time, they're putting her in the Hall of Fame, and she's 38 years old. I think it kind of puts an end to any chance of her making a serious return to WWE. I don't think she's too old to make a comeback and be part of the company again. But when you put her in the Hall of Fame, it's kind of it's kind of the end of her her career.
I'd rather see her back in the company than Trish. I mean, come on.
I would too.
I mean, I don't care if Trish is going to be wrestling Vicky Guerrero next week. That doesn't interest me at all.
Nah, me neither. How many times can they fire? They do this firing and retiring stuff too much, where it never actually happens.
Mm-hmm. And they're only off TV for 1 week, and they're back.
Yeah. So I didn't really like that. It's why even do it? Just a waste of time that no one believes anyone ever gets fired.
Yeah, and and Dolph Ziggler are strictly business now.
Mm-hmm. But I'm happy to see her in the Hall of Fame. I think she deserves it. I just think it's it's too early. But she's going to be the youngest inductee ever into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Well, I mean, Jerry Lawler, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he's getting his first match in WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it's a little different though.
You think Jerry Lawler's a little older than she is?
Yeah, well, he is. He's 20 years older.
I don't think that would stop him, though.
And his active career is over. I mean, he might come back for, like, like an angle or so, but, like, you don't see him out there. I mean, he's part of the company still, but you could have a, Hall of Fame commentator. Could you have a Hall of Fame valet? I don't know. Maybe, but it kind of seems like for a woman, like, mentioning that they're older, in any business, in movies and in wrestling, I don't think that really puts them over.
Yeah, but Sherry Martel, I mean, how old was she?
Yeah, but she was all done when they put her in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but I mean, she managed for a long time though. They just don't hardly use managers like they used to, though.
No, it's more of the valets to just stand there. But for a woman valet manager, I'd say Sunny's right up there as one of the best. I'd say Sherry's the best, but Sunny's up there.
Yeah.
Medusa was good too. But I'm happy to see her going. And also, if you go to the website inyourheadline.com, you can see that there's. I just recently we added both the our Sunny interviews from the last few years. So if you subscribe to the Jack IYH account on YouTube, there's tons of classic interviews and in their entirety. So you can listen to the whole thing in one sitting on one YouTube video. It's pretty cool.
Excellent. Some nice graphics too. I enjoy that.
Oh, well, thank you. And I also added recently because he's going to be part of Tough Enough and Bill DeMott. So I'm happy to see him getting his draw back.
Yeah, that's kind of cool because he was on the last season of Tough Enough. Well, the third season. I remember him. Did he do the ones before that? And he was a good standout, though, on the show. He was a good trainer.
Mm.
So it's good that he's back. He's grown his hair out. He's got like a long hair and long goatee, I think, going on, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him there. He's I think Austin, even though he's part of it, I don't think he's going to be getting in the ring, like, teaching people to work. He's probably going to be more like the host. But then you got Bill DeMott there to actually be in the ring, teaching these guys what to do. And he's kind of a hard ass, too, so
he could be
good times.
Austin could be like Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own.
There's no crying in wrestling.
It's kind of like drinking every now and then. Every now and then something catches his eye. He wants to yell at somebody about something.
Exactly. All right,
it's a pretty cush gig.
From what I'm reading before the show started, I was telling you that. But I've read that this is not true. That NWA put an apology and that he is not. He's still alive, and that is Sir Oliver Humperdinck. And I know so that's a pretty bad thing to get wrong. From the NWA. People were putting RIP all over the man's Facebook, and apparently he's still alive, and they're finding some alternative things they want to do with him to help him battle his cancer. And we have on the message board, I'll put up on the main website too, where you can actually send letters to Humperdinck wishing the man to get better.
Yeah, hopefully he pulls through. I mean, he's a great guy. We meet him at all the fan fests that we go to, and he's always such a good dude.
Yeah, definitely one of the. I was going to say this on the show was I remember at the Hall of Heroes this year, and I'm not saying this to put me over, but he would say, it's like, oh, it's Jack, and he'd give a big smile and shake my hand, and I always knew he was really doing that, to put like us over, make us feel like important, and that this guy I think shows what kind of a cool guy he is. He's, trying to make other people, happy and putting us over and make us feel good. And it always works. So he's a really good dude. I know he's always outside smoking with the Flea, too.
Yeah. Flea, you can smoke.
Yes. Little bad group out there. Bad boys smoking.
Paul London, he ducked his head out and asked us what we were smoking, and he said cigarettes. He said, that's a weird story
about Paul London. Like, I tried to get him on the show right after the fan fest, and I emailed his people there on his site. I don't know if it's girlfriend, whoever it is, and she was like, I'd like to have Paul London on the show, and we met him at this fan fest, and we did this video with him, and blah blah. And she's like, oh, I'd love to see the video. So I sent it to her, and she's like, oh, this is so cool. Can I put it up on the website? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then like, a little while later, she's like, wait a minute. This video is just him putting over your website. Like, I'm not putting that on. It's like, well, I never said it was anything else than that. I never asked her to put it up there. It was her idea. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Very bizarre. As I always say, it's usually the, and I like Paul London. Actually, I don't really like him as a wrestler, but I think he's pretty funny now. But, it's usually the indie guys that give it more hassle than the legends. Very bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe he'll eventually come on the show. I don't know. If not, oh well.
Glad I just buried you.
He can walk around like a spaceman at conventions. And burn every bit, burn the bridge of every wrestling company. So he never has a job. All right, we got Joel Gomez on the line. What?
Oh.
What
Go
do you
ahead.
say?
Let's go to Joel Gomez.
All right. Speaking
Hey guys,
of burning
how you
the
doing?
bridges, we got Joel Gomez.
As I always do. How you doing, guys?
Not too bad.
I doing all
I'm
right.
doing fancy too.
I'm on the mend.
Yeah, that I hope you are. I've been enjoying the show so far. You guys are doing a great job.
Oh,
Thank you.
Joel. You're a good man.
Right now, I did the opposite of burning a bridge.
Yes. You've mended the bridge.
I mended the bridge.
You're building a bridge. Right.
Exactly.
You're building a bridge straight to our hearts.
Well, that is just outstanding, sir.
Oh man, that sounds like one of those new Triple H movies or something. When you build a bridge straight to his heart.
Do you think, WrestleMania that one year he dressed up like Conan, he sat on a throne, and he's like a friggin' barbarian. Now this, and then Cena, he was like a gangster from the 20s. Now this year, to promote the film, do you think Triple H will ride down in like a school bus of children for his match?
I expect nothing less. I expect nothing less.
I think that would be pretty awesome.
And him dressed like you see on the film,
And maybe the Undertaker can come out and open up like the emergency door and be like chasing the children around. And then Triple H, he stops him. He's like, "No, I'm the chaperone."
The chaperone, yeah. You actually got me to say this like random times in the day, like I just say chaperone because of it's just chaperone. I don't know.
Is that a word in Portugal? Do they have chaperones?
No, we don't have buses.
Really? How do kids get to school there? They walk.
The kids in school.
So everyone's homeschooled? Or?
Not really. They just work in the field.
Right.
Fields.
It's cool. They like make shoes and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see if we can be as productive as China is on that field of child labor. So.
Do you have anything wrestling related?
Yeah, the Cena retort is his answer back to The Rock, which I don't think from a creative standpoint, it continuously seems to be doing the same thing over and over again. The Rock, this is him. He does. Oh, it wasn't a rap. It was a hip hop. Like people in Texas would know the difference between the two genres. But it just seems lame from a creative standpoint. So that's the only I'm gonna do another rap against The Rock. So
I don't know. I think it kind of feels real to me in a way because it seems like they're really going at each other. Like Cena kind of thinks it's BS that he never shows up and. And The Rock just doesn't like him talking smack because he's The Rock.
But The Rock, he humiliates Cena always. His promos are always segments, should I say?
I think Cena's kind of held his own a little bit, not quite to the standards of The Rock, but I mean his retorts they're acceptable.
In terms of crowd reaction, I think The Rock really burned the house. Even on that segment that he did at his house, you can see that the crowd was reacting quite well to them, even though they were looking at the screen, instead of The Rock being there.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk any BS about the talking head Rock. I'm just going to be happy that he does promos and be like, hey, he can talk to us from his house, whatever he wants at this point. I'm just glad the man's around. Mm-hmm. I think when in the early days of In Your Head, I used to talk a little junk about how he was always via satellite. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to complain this time. Please, Tooth Fairy, keep cutting promos from your house.
Wouldn't it be awesome if there was like a glass showing that he was watching a football game? They forgot to turn off his television. and like you could hear the commentators and stuff. You know, that would be at least a little more funny. That would be something that Cena could then make fun of. But not even that.
Maybe like he could be watching TNA Impact and just laughing when Hogan was on the screen or something, and then like, oh, hang on, got to do a promo here.
Nah, he's putting over that he loves wrestling. He's got this display of all his belts. I like that.
Oh, he can wrestling.
That was a good touch.
TNA.
That was a good touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Joel. Anything else, my man?
No, that was pretty much it. You know, I think you guys are doing a terrific job. I really like you guys. You know,
the rookie of the year.
Keep on fucking rolling. You guys are my chaperones.
Oh, you can ride on our bus anytime, Joel.
Chaperone.
The in your head bus.
Get in the back of the bus, Joel.
And by the way, Van is a dick. Bye bye.
Man. You hear that? All right, 815 area code. Who are you?
This is David.
David, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just chiming in.
All right, you. Everyone who calls in tonight's entered to win a Jericho book. Do you have any wrestling topic you'd like to talk about? Or you just calling in trying to win a book?
Actually, that's just the state of one of my independent wrestler friends on Facebook mentioned everyone can be a professional wrestler, but not everyone can handle the business. Mm-hmm. Is the politics in the back really that bad? It's just all I'm wondering. I mean,
it's probably everything: politics, the road, trying to succeed in wrestling. You know, you have to stay in shape all the time, lifestyle. But from what I always hear, politics are pretty bad, especially in the big leagues, WWE.
Yeah,
no, right.
And I think there's a lot of guys that were talented that never, if you don't play politics, you never quite make it to the top. And then some people on the internet talk bad about being a political guy, but at the same time, if they didn't do that, they probably wouldn't be a top guy.
I think if Sheamus was asked to go out there and get beat all to hell by somebody other than Triple H, he probably would have said boo about it. But it was Triple H, so he just kept his mouth shut and he went out there and did it. And that was probably good on him in the long run. So, yeah, that's a bit of politics, I think. There's politics in anything, though. Even at, my job, there's a little bit of politics, but...
Really?
Just got to deal with it. A little bit. I don't hear much about it, but...
It's not who you know, Incher.
No, definitely.
All right, Dave. Thanks for calling in. You've been entered in the contest.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too, man. Thanks for listening.
Entered into the contest to win a Chris Jericho Undisputed book. It is a sequel to his first book, The Lion's Tale. Both of them are excellent. I'm almost finished with Undisputed. Great book. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm digging it myself. I've also picked up the new Bruce Hart book, Straight to the Heart, who we were going to have on the show. I don't know what's going on. We might not have him on it now. I don't know. But anyway, picking up that book. Good times.
You trash bread a lot in it?
I haven't got through it all yet. There's something that's come to my mind, because people always say about Canada being such a great place. There's no, they don't kill anybody in Canada. You don't have to lock your doors. You don't have to do all stuff. But I think child abuse in Canada is just really rampant, and it's just that they don't see it as child abuse. They just see it as it's just the way it is. Because if you watch Beyond the Mat, they talk about Stu almost popping their eyeballs out, and they go to work they go to school with their eyes bloodshot. It's that's not typical behavior of a father. If you did that here, you'd probably go to prison. And they're saying that when he was younger, Stu would hang out at the Y when he was a young kid, and he'd hang out with the other wrestlers there, and that's how he got broken into business. They would all stretch the guy, and when he was a little kid, I was man, they just like to beat kids in Canada. That's what I got from the book.
Excellent, Jack. I'm not going to follow that. Chris Jericho's book had nothing about beating kids. He's from Canada.
Maybe it's just the Hearts.
I think it probably is the Hearts. That was a strange scene whenever he's like, I went to the school with my eyes all bloodshot because my dad squeezed me to death. It's like, you poor man. I feel bad for you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You talk about like people screaming out of his basement, crying for their lives, and they're just laughing and recording it. So there's got to be some sort of a trauma going on there.
Now, I got some big news here. We're going to get to the car, then I want to talk about this. But Rumple Foreskin's on the line.
How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Pretty good.
That's great.
What's on your mind, Rumple Foreskin?
My bad. Sorry. It slipped my mind what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, that's no problem.
I was wondering if you guys read about Eric Bischoff getting promoted to executive producer.
Oh, executive producer of TNA?
Yes.
Oh, man, I didn't know there was such a title.
Big news in TNA world.
Man, what does this entail, Jack? What do you think it...
Well,
okay. If you know Rumple Foreskin, go ahead.
Basically what he is he's working in direct with Spike TV on trying to get the ratings up and finding other places to bring Impact. And he's been one of the few people in the company who's actually been real high on bringing it on the road. So I think it could be a good thing possibly, but...
You know, that could be good for TNA. And I mean, you know, if you got this show going around to people's towns and it's like, well, what the hell is TNA? Well, they're this wrestling company. They're on television, you know. Could get some interest going, I think.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, it sounds good. I thought it was good he's there, but... I don't know. Is he good for the wrestling? I think he's a good character on TV. He's better than Hogan, I think, at this point. But I don't know if he can help. Maybe if he was actually given power, he could help the company. I don't know. It couldn't hurt. It couldn't be much worse than it is right now.
He's still got a great mind for the wrestling business. He's still got a great mind for how to make money. He just hasn't quite used it like he did in WCW.
I don't know. I don't know. Since he's been in TNA, I don't know what they're paying people, but I would assume when you bring in, you know, Flair, Hogan, Bischoff, Jeff Hardy, Anderson, you're probably paying Matt Hardy. You're probably paying these guys a lot more money than you're paying like Eric Young, the Shark Boy, and all these guys. So you spend out like tons of money, and it hasn't equaled the higher ratings, the more buy rates. So you probably, I don't know. To me, like you're staying the same ratings wise, you losing pay-per-view buys, and you're just spending more money. It seems like you're kind of killing your company.
Well, my thought on everything, it goes back to I think TNA still has so much time to improve. Like, they haven't even been a company for 10 years yet, and you got to give them credit for where they are for just being together for 8 years, just to be on TV and already have a cable network and stuff like that.
Yeah, but ECW was only around for, what, 5 years? And look at the impact that it made. How long was ECW around?
Yeah, they didn't have the money behind it. They didn't have the star power. I mean, they created their guys, and people still talk about it and chant it today, and it really influenced the whole wrestling business. And I don't know. TNA's been around, but I don't really give them that much credit. I mean, they're just putting a bunch of paying energy money behind it, and so they've been around. But have they really had much of an impact? I don't think so.
No, haven't had like a real good storyline that's set the world on fire. I mean, it just they're just kind of there.
The dead horse, but as we said a million times, if they would actually get rid of Russo and give someone else a chance to write the show, it probably would improve.
Yeah, they should be begging Paulie to come in and write the show for them.
Yeah, or find the new Paulie.
The only way he'll come in, he said, is if he gets pretty much total control, and I don't think they're willing to give him that.
Or find the new Paulies. There's probably some young dude who's got all these ideas.
I wouldn't mind Kevin Sullivan.
I think like a Jai Fields, he'd probably be the man.
Kevin Sullivan, a very young man with fresh ideas. I mean, find someone completely new. Jai. Oh boy, that would be some show.
I got one more thing before I head out.
Alrighty.
I live in Canada, and we whip kids' asses inside the big blue cage.
Inside the big blue cage.
So that makes it okay.
I don't know if I can get behind that.
As long as it's inside the big blue cage.
See, then people think you're just playing around because it's like in this big toy. Like, oh, they're just goofing around. It's not like they're in a
Oh,
mesh
really?
cage where, like, you know,
Really, those steel bars hurt.
I've always said that that's where men do battle, but I don't think it's like men beating up on little boys. This isn't exactly an endorsement here, Rumple Foreskin.
Oh, I'm sorry, but we do all our business in the big blue cage.
Okay. All your business meetings are conducted in the big blue cage. Like you're getting a divorce or something. You just put it in the big
That's
blue
why you
cage.
don't have to lock the doors in Canada, because it's just blue cages. Like, no one's in.
Real men are born in the big blue cage.
Bunch of schmucks.
Women
All
are
right.
born in the mesh cage.
Play in Canada! When you
All
hear
right,
that song,
gentlemen,
you
have a
guys
good
get
night.
pissed off?
No, we're used to it by now. Shit happens. We just sit back, smoke our weed, and drink our beer. That's about it.
There you go.
Good man. Good man.
All right, take care.
Rumple Foreskin, he is a good man.
He's a good dude. I like that guy. Again, if you're trying to call, just call back in.
Mm-hmm. Don't be so darn impatient. You whippersnappers.
All right, guys. What else is going down? I had some big news here. Was
Let's hear
NWA World Champion, been on the belt champ for quite a while. Adam Pearce, he lost the title.
Oh my lord! Did he lose it to the Stro?
He did not lose it to the Stro. I believe they had a
Damn.
45-minute match.
The Stro, ooh la la la.
Ooh la la. But he lost it to Colt Cabana.
Colt Cabana?
Colt Cabana, the new NWA champion. I think that's a good choice. That's a guy that people like. People get behind. He's got charisma, personality.
Would have been better on the Stro.
Think so? I don't know. It's like I like Ring of Honor, but they're pushing like guys that I don't think have like a big following or like really stick out. And then NWA, they got Adam Pearce and Colt Cabana. And I don't know. It seems like a more interesting main event to me.
I can see your point there.
Try it out and see. Let's see if we make Colt Cabana, who a lot of people, just kind of say just a comedy guy, and maybe that's all he is. I don't know. But let's put the belt on him. He does have fun. People like him, and see where it goes with it. I think it's a smart decision, and maybe it could help out the NWA. He doesn't seem like a typical guy that they would want in the NWA as their champion, but I think it's worth trying.
When does the Stro take the belt off of him?
I don't know. Next time they're in West Virginia.
There you go.
But that's like NWA Hollywood. I wish I would see this show. It sounds pretty good because Percy Pringle, he's like a regular on the show now.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked Percy, obviously.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
Sean Waltman was in the ER.
He was.
He took a bad bump on like a guardrail and ripped his chest open. They said it was like a puncture wound.
Oh, my God.
And so he super glued it shut. And then it came open like when he was getting on the plane, and they said it was like just gushing out.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, so the people at the airport, they called 911 or whatever, and they rushed him to the hospital.
Sounds like they're doing their job. Yeah. Instead of like the wrestling promoter who said, "Oh, you super glued it shut." That's cool, man.
So you're good to go, buddy.
See, you go to the airport, your freaking chest bust open and starts bleeding all over the place. They call the freaking ambulance. They don't sit there and just say, "Oh, well, you're a real man. Super glued that shit shut."
Mm-hmm. So I hope a speedy recovery to the Waltman. It's a good dude. I was like him. Scott Hall, he got like 3 months probation, I believe.
Really?
For disorderly conduct and resisting arrest.
That ain't good.
So hopefully he'll stay out of trouble, like Scott Hall too.
Keep your nose clean.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite saying when I let people loose at the drunk tank.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, stay out of trouble. Go get yourself a steak.
Now let's say you're down at the drunk tank intro, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you see this guy, this no good, guy. He's in there all the time, in and out of the drunk tank. and you look at him, you say, "You stay out of trouble, man." And let's say a couple months go by, you're down at I don't know, the Chick-fil-A, you're down at Applebee's, and you see him, and now he's working hard. He's a waiter there. Turned his life around. Would that make you proud?
That made me proud that my words of wisdom, he took them to heart. He said, he told me to stay out of trouble, and I did.
Yeah. See?
Make me proud. Knowing that I could change somebody's life like that.
Mm-hmm.
With those simple words, stay out of trouble.
Exactly.
I stole it from RoboCop.
Really?
He said, stay out of trouble, kids.
Do you ever think we'll see RoboCop put in the Hall of Fame?
He should be. That would be a good addition to the celebrity wings. I think he's in touch with everybody right now. Everybody's a buzz about RoboCop. And he just comes out, he's like, thank you for giving me this award. Stay out of trouble. And then he leaves. That'd be good. Jim Ross could induct him. He'd be like, my buddy, RoboCop.
Hulk Hogan and DDP are going to be in a movie together.
You think Lex Luger and RoboCop got along because they're both buddies with Sting? You think there's like a bromance jealousy going on there?
I think they probably get along.
Who was this again? Hulk Hogan and who?
And DDP.
Oh, man. Is it a YRG movie?
YRG the movie.
Let me tell you something, brother. This YRG, it makes my bionic hip feel better.
It's called Black River. DDP stars as a recovering alcoholic who moves to a small town called Black River, where tragedy strikes, and he starts drinking again. While drunk, his neighbor ends up murdered, and the murder weapon is found in his house.
Oh, my God. Is Hulk Hogan the murderer?
I don't know what Hogan is.
Is he the cop that just looks at him and says, stay out of trouble?
Look, brother, there's a murder here, brother. Must have been that Satanist Kevin Sullivan, brother.
Oh, brother.
Oh, man, let me get that.
Let's go get that Kevin Sullivan. Come on, DDP, dude. He just drops the whole character. He thinks he's back in the NWO. Come on, you give him a diamond cutter.
Self high five. Woo. But I've seen DDP.
Kevin Sullivan comes out of his trailer with his painted on referee shirt. I'm a promoter of violence.
No, when Hogan
get him, brother.
When Hogan was saying Kevin Sullivan killed Benoit's family, not Benoit. Do you think in Hogan's mind, because he's constantly in character and working, he was trying to work like a feud with Kevin Sullivan around like this real tragedy? Like in his mind, like he'd all be making some big bucks, me and Kevin Sullivan doing battle?
Maybe. I don't know.
Or do you think you really thought that? I mean, it seems like a kind of bizarre thing to really think, because the guy played a Satanist, a satanic gimmick that, like, he would really think the guy was.
After, like, Nick made that one kid brain dead, he does, like, a press conference, and he's like, let me tell you something, brother. It wasn't Nick driving that car. It was Kevin Sullivan, brother.
We're going here to the chat.
He's framing me, brother.
If you're in the chat room, you got some questions or topics for us, post them here and we'll ask them. President Clinton entry wants to know, any luck in locating the WCW legend, the Gambler?
I don't know. Have you had any luck on that one, Jack?
I have not, but I've been trying to get the Gambler on and the Jericho Holic Ninja.
Jericho Holic Ninja, that would be good stuff. I don't even know what the Gambler looks like, so I want to be very good at tracking him down, so.
Always one of my favorite, like the kind of the job guys. He won a couple matches, but I like the gimmick where he just have a deck of cards and he'd like throw them in people's faces.
I want you to get Jerry Flynn.
I'd like him on.
Yeah, what happened to Jerry Flynn?
I don't know. Jerry Flynn, if you're out there, the Gambler, anybody from WCW Saturday night, give us a call.
Did we ever have Ernest Cat Miller on?
Nope. We had him scheduled once.
Yeah.
I might as well ask this, 'cause even though they asked, I believe the same guys asked me about 500 times, and I've told them, 500 times, where is Barbie? He is not on the show. He doesn't show up.
We don't know. He hasn't given us any word of where he's at, what he's doing, what's going on. As far as we know, he's probably found the edge of the earth and he walked off of it.
All right. Hopefully he's, hopefully he's all right. But we haven't heard from him since December, I believe. So, whatever.
No, it happens. He'll be back eventually, I bet.
Yeah, we keep doing the show. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. Fatty Boom Daddy. He just says Disco Inferno.
Very well. You must track him down, Jack. Glenn
I would like
Gilberti.
Disco. Yeah, I like Disco. I like that on. Crystal in Denver. Jillian Hall, she had a miscarriage and she's in the hospital.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
I hope she's all right.
Sad. Yeah. Hope, sad news. And
you think Hogan's working that into a storyline with Kevin Sullivan now?
Like a Rosemary's Baby kind of thing?
Yeah, he's like, let me tell you something, brother. He gave her a chalky drink, and he's trying to make her bored. trying to make her the mother of Satan.
Man, I'm not touching that one.
He's a condoner of violence.
I hope she makes a speedy recovery. And it's very sad news out here about that.
Yeah, I like Jillian. That's a shame, though.
Mm-hmm. In special, Shelton Benjamin's potential return. I saw that he had a dark match on SmackDown, so he could be returning to WWE.
Who's that? Shelton Benjamin?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What about Charlie Haas?
Oh, I think he's still around. I think he's still on the Indies, but I think Benjamin's, really talented guy. I think he deserves another chance.
Give him a shot.
Yeah. Seems like all the Ring of Honor guys are trying to get out of Ring of Honor. But I mean, he's a pretty big name guy though, so he probably deserves working, back in the big leagues. I'd like to see it. Do you have any topics you'd like to talk about?
Nah. You think Kevin Sullivan's driving everybody out of Ring of Honor?
Hey, could be. It's like I'm just getting everyone out.
Him and the Yeti.
Oh, you can listen to the Yeti. I put that one up on.
Oh, excellent. I like that the Yeti didn't even know he was a big mummy. It's like if a dude's frozen in ice, why would he be a big mummy?
It made no sense. The whole thing made no sense.
Nah, it really didn't.
Will Cool, he says, what about Snooki in the WWE? Do you think they're trying to one-up TNA?
TNA, they had JWoww. Now, WWE, they're getting Snooki. I guess she's the heavy hitter in that Jersey Shore show. I don't know much about it, but I don't know. I don't really care.
I can't escape the show. I have no interest in it whatsoever. I've never watched that one episode, but I watch Conan and they'll pop up on that. I watch TNA and they're gonna pop up on that. I have no idea who they are. I mean, it's hard not to know who Snooki is, because that's the name you see everywhere. So WWE definitely did better than TNA in that respect because they got the main star of the show. But at the same point, I really have no interest in seeing it.
No, I don't either. I did like JWoww's big boobies, and she kind of flexed them. That was cool.
She's a lot better looking than Snooki.
Yeah. So I don't understand the appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, what do you think about the new season of American Idol?
New season? I'm a big fan of it. I think it might be my favorite season so far. I think the lot of talented singers on it, a lot better than last year, and I think the judges are better.
You like
I really
the
didn't think they would be better. I do. I think Steven Tyler is probably the best judge that's ever been on the show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's your buddy too.
I think he's really funny, and he's very passionate about the people in it. He's passionate about music, and he really gets into it, and I really dig it. Dan Balter wants to know if we can interview porn stars. We have interviewed 2 porn stars here on the show.
Not about porn, they were in wrestling. So.
Right.
But go figure. I don't know, that damn Trina Michael, she wasn't much of a wrestler. I mean, she didn't show much offense. I mean, some of the things they were doing to her, it was like, good Lord, at least do something. You got to kick out.
Uh-huh.
So show some sort of offense. Who was the other porn star we interviewed?
There's a dude.
Oh, Damian Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But someone actually sent me, I got a hookup here. I got a couple of them that sent me some videos, and one was with Major Guns.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, sticking things in her different orifices. And then somebody sent me a new one with the girl we were just talking about there, Trina Michaels, and it was another wrestling match, but this time, she was the one getting the upper hand, and she was using...
Oh, she's improved her skills then.
Yeah, she was on the offense this time.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Well, this has been interesting, I guess. No more callers?
Anyone else call in? It's 508-644-8503. We do have one more caller here on the line. He's trying to win himself a book. We've got Carol.
That's right. Can't forget me.
How could we ever forget you, Carol?
Never.
Hey, I love the trophy, Jack, on InYourHeadOnline.com for the 2nd annual Carol Crockett Cup.
No, yeah.
Since I am already a champion.
Oh, man. You go to InYourHeadOnline.com, join the message board. You can join in the 2nd annual Carol Crockett Cup Tag Team Tournament. There's a poster up there. It's in honor of Carol. I want to thank Van for putting it together. And Tazo the Greek, he's kind of scared. He says he doesn't want to enter it this year because he doesn't want to lose. But I kind of enjoy his crazy promos. So Tazo the Greek, join in that, and everyone else who hasn't joined yet, join in the fun. It's good times, and just join the message board, InYourHeadOnline.com.
Hey, but I got a question.
All right.
Did you see? Let's see. I don't know if it might have been last week or week before last. Did you see on All Worked Up that the commercial or the TV show All Worked Up? They had the guy that does Ring of Honor. His name is Zach. You know him, Jack?
I don't know.
Zach.
He's the one that he's like a head of security, and somebody had sold some merchandise, and they caught him on video, and he was the head of security. Well, when they showed that video, in the background, I don't know where it was at, but somebody was wearing like an In Your Head Online hat.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and there was another show that was on, and he was there, and there was it looked like you were there in the background.
Maybe I was. I've been at a couple Ring of Honor shows.
Yeah, so you might have been on TV that night.
I did not know this. Good to know.
Yeah.
You'll have to figure this one out.
That's right. That's right. I tell you.
Crystal in here, she wants to know what your favorite type of beer is, and I think that would be root.
Do
what now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink. I drink root beer. Carol doesn't drink either.
Nope.
Carol's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. That's why I'm the Carol Crockett World Heavyweight Champion, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and the SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you're just going to town here.
The WCW World Champ.
What do you think, Carol?
Are you the River City Wrestling World Champ?
Carol, you're a big fan of the old wrestlers, right? The legends.
Uh-huh.
Now, we've had legends here, and they can bring them on. Just tell us a road story, and they say, well, I was on the road, and I pulled this Mark's eyeball out and stomped on the ground, or, drank a bunch of beer with this guy, or we're driving fast, and we killed some crocodiles. I don't know, all this crazy stuff wrestlers do. But nowadays, I see on Twitter, what are they talking? They're having, like, flame wars on Twitter. You get Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan battling out on Twitter. You got Val Venus calling out the Farty Boys. You got Hardy Boy making videos. Do you think this is like lame? Do you think in like 20 years when we get to shoot interviews, instead of hearing about guys ripping out people's eyeballs and peeing in drinks and pooping in bags and beating people's asses, you're gonna be like, this one time I sent a really mad tweet to this Mark on Twitter. Or, man, you should have saw this video I put on YouTube back in the day. This is the kind of ribs we're going to get.
You get it. You're right about that.
These aren't the kind of ribs I want to hear about when we interview wrestlers, ain't you?
No, I don't want to hear about those kind of ribs. I want to hear about somebody putting their head inside of a crocodile.
Right.
Yeah. I want to hear about that kind of stuff. Or like Crazy Batista posting porno pictures up in the back.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff wrestlers need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I will tell you this, though. I will tell you this, though.
I tweeted that I'm a better wrestler than HBK. What a loser.
I will tell you this, though. On MidAtlanticGateway.com, the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson won the Anderson Cup.
Right.
And the referee was Tommy Young.
Yeah, and we had, before the show, we had George South on, and George told me that the show did really well. They had a big house for it, so he thanked us, and I told us, if we were there closer, we'd definitely go to all George's show. So I
Sounds like a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the teacher in the main event.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking on Mid-Atlantic Gateway right now. I'm looking at the Fan Fest, 2010 Fan Fest pictures.
Uh-huh. Good stuff, man.
You miss it, don't you, Carol?
I do. I wish they was in Charlotte this year. But now, I will tell you this. Greg Price is probably going to announce it after the Fan Fest of this year. But they're going to have another Fan Fest this year in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, man.
And it's going to be at the Crown Reef Hotel because that's my uncle's Crown Reef Hotel.
Uh-huh.
And he's got his own convention center, and they're going to have it there this year.
Oh, man.
And they're going to do it. They're going to do a New Year's Eve, like a party thing.
Right.
And it's going to be good. So I think that he'll be announcing it on after this year's Fan Fest.
Oh, that'd be good stuff.
Yeah, y'all got to come down here to it now, because I'm going to it.
Oh, man. Get down there. You'll be signing autographs, kissing the babies.
Ain't no telling who might be down here. You never know.
Exactly.
I know Jackie's going to be down here.
Oh, that's always cool.
Because he said he was going to be down here for it and everything, so I can't wait. He's the one that told me that not too long ago. About 4 weeks ago, he told me. And but I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, Carol, you've been entered here in the contest to win yourself a book.
It's the Chris Jericho book?
Right.
Well, I hope I win it because my girlfriend Katie wants it so bad. So make sure pull a few strings and make sure I win it.
Oh, man. He's telling us to fix this.
Hey, if President Clinton can say it, so can I.
Oh, you're right. You're right, Carol. All right, Artie.
Good talking to you, Carol.
All right, y'all be good. I'll get up with you after. I'll get up with you after the show.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right. See ya.
See you now. Let's see here. We got Tazo, the Greek one.
What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
You're doing pretty good, Tazo.
I'm so happy to hear Incher back on the radio. You sound good, and I hope you're doing even better, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Wasn't feeling so hot when we first started, but doing all right now.
Good.
Rocking and rolling.
Excellent. I'm not feeling so good. I have this problem. I have insomnia, and I think I know a way to cure it. It would be possibly reading a book in bed, maybe even the Chris Jericho book.
Oh, man. See?
Thought. That's just a thought. That's just a thought. Anyway, I just wanted to call.
I think
say
you would be
hello.
highly entertained by a Chris Jericho book.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Even if you're reading an interesting book in bed, it relaxes you, and it's just a nice thing to do before you go to sleep.
Absolutely. Now Jack knows, because I've had disagreement about Jericho's first book that I really didn't think it was that good. But we don't want to get into that, do we?
Right.
Yes, we don't.
Now,
but I think I would be a very good. I would give a good analysis about the book because I'm not biased either way, like a lot of these marks are about books and wrestlers and all that kind of stuff. Basically. So I should be the guy reading it, and I should be the guy giving a review on the book.
I think your opinion's those in the minority.
Yeah.
I believe everybody really enjoyed the first book. It was quite a page-turner.
I think you're probably the only person I've ever seen that said they didn't like it.
Well, sir, I liked the stories. I didn't like that he wrote it in his own silly, making all those corny remarks.
I could disagree with you more, because I think that's what made the book so enjoyable, what I said earlier. Because you read it and you can see that it's in his own words. And that's what I want to see from the book. I don't want to just read I don't want to read facts. I can just go and read Wikipedia for that. I don't want to read, boring old hard facts. I want to read a book that's entertaining. I don't see just like a documentary why it can't be entertaining. Why can't an autobiography be entertaining?
Well, look, not everyone is cut out to write a book, and that's kind of my point. Is like Jericho could have been funny without calling people, using his silly, lines every 5 minutes. I know like Bret Hart's book was very much in his own voice, and it was a little bit dull at times. Yeah, good book.
Well, I think that that's more. That's what I'm saying. If you hear Bret Hart talking, he's going to be more somber. He's going to be more dry than Chris Jericho.
Right.
That's just their personalities.
Bret Hart's book was really good too. So
yeah, I really liked it.
Did you like that one, Tazo, or did you not like it?
Which book?
Bret Hart's.
The Hart. Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was very good because he really kept things in a chronological order, and it was a good book. Obviously, definitely a very good. You guys are going to have one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet on next week, Sarah Del Rey, which is awesome because I'm going to see her wrestle this Saturday for Chikara in Brooklyn, New York. I'm here and you're there. You know that, right?
Right.
You saw my cock out in Brooklyn. Yes, and I'll be in the Warsaw getting drunk and watching some Chikara, getting it on. And not only will I be watching Chikara in Brooklyn, but it will also be the first time, maybe not the first time, but Toshiya Uematsu, the first WCW Women's Cruiserweight Champion, will be there.
Oh.
And I'll be there with my In Your Head shirt on as well.
You're a good man.
Yeah. If you whip your cock out, though, we don't know you.
It's a family-friendly show, as I was told very, very impolitely by Gavin Loudspeaker, who is the announcer for Chikara.
Right.
Because I think I called him a fag or something like that, and he asked me to pipe down because it's family-friendly. So I won't be whipping my cock out.
All right, that's good. I would. If you're gonna start just going around and pulling your penis out in public, I prefer you don't wear the In Your Head shirt at the time. Any other time, I'm all for it.
You didn't mind it at the Fan Fest, though, Jack.
No, that was it.
When I've got my Sports Entertainment Mania shirt on, when I've got the Power Goat shirt on, don't pull out the penis, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yes.
Start buying. Maybe I don't know. I kind of think that.
You pulled your penis out, start going bah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably.
You might get some publicity, like it'll end up like crazy wrestling fan exposes himself, and with Tazo, and it's like, oh look, he's got an In Your Head shirt. And like Intra and I would jump up and give ourselves a high five.
Yes, think about it. If I tuck it and then I do a handstand, I can really do the power goat really well. If I tuck it and do a handstand, and then I go bah.
No, I don't want to talk about us doing the power goat, especially if you're
when I
you're
tuck
male.
it, yeah, tuck it. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do a little dance in the mirror.
Oh man, that's horrible.
Have you ever done that?
Anyway, no, I have not done that. And if I had done it, I certainly wouldn't tell you.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. Please take my call next week because I want to talk to Sarah Del Rey. I want to throw a couple of questions at her. You know.
All right. Definitely.
Did you say?
We never.
Did you just say goodbye?
No, I was singing a song. No big deal.
We always take your call, Tazo. What the hell are you talking about?
Bobby Richards did not take my phone call or my questions last time Sarah Del Rey was on. All he did was take Dwayne's stupid question.
He's not here. He probably won't be here next week, and he does not control the phone apparatus.
I see.
So if you call in, you're gonna get in.
I just imagine like you like switching those switches like on the Titanic, and that's our phone apparatus.
It's like very complicated. All these levers and pulleys. All right, Tazo. I know some of the marks have been demanding it. They want you to join in on the Carol Crockett Cup.
I'm not going to participate in the Carol Crockett Cup 2011 Lethal Lottery Tag Team.
Why not?
event.
People love to read your crazy promos. I get a kick seeing your videos. You got to do it for us, Tazo.
You know, I do believe that there are some people who do appreciate the Greek, and I appreciate those people.
I don't know. Didn't you almost win it last year? I think you got to do it, Tazo.
You know, here's the thing, man. You know, some people love to be loved, and some people love to be hated. Tasso the Greek doesn't really care. You know, I just do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying you got to do
my
it.
cock out in Brooklyn.
I'll
if you smell my cock out in Brooklyn, baby.
I want to see you be participated in this Carol Crockett Cup.
I am not going to accept that invitation.
Jack, don't beg. Don't beg.
I think
it doesn't become you. Don't beg.
All right. Well, get out of here. Put your cock away, you freaking pervert. Why is it so bad? Why is everyone smelling it?
Take it easy, gentlemen. Bye. My drug dealer's called.
Take
Later.
a friggin' bath.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got here? We got Crystal in Denver.
Hello, gentlemen.
How you doing, Crystal?
I'm doing better since last week. How are you guys doing?
Too bad.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Had pneumonia.
Inter, how you feeling, dude?
I'm doing all right. I was feeling kind of rough at the beginning of the show, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. So.
Yeah, me and Travis were definitely praying for you, dude, and sending good well wishes your way when we heard you were back at the hospital. So glad to hear you're back and doing better. So
I sacrificed a goat to Inter.
Yeah. I think it was that damn Kevin Sullivan that put me in the hospital.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Either him or Papa Shango.
Yeah, maybe Papa Shango put a curse on me or something.
Mm-hmm.
well, it's good to know that, you know, no matter what happens, I still love you guys.
I didn't bleed no green.
Appreciate all that you do.
Well, thank you, Crystal. You're a good girl.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, I try my best.
And if not, you're getting
But
a snake.
I have officially put my name in for the Crockett Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to kick some ass and take some names.
Oh, that's what we like to hear.
Mm-hmm. You're not like that
And,
sissy Tazo who's scared of a little challenge.
Yeah.
Come on, Tazo. This is me calling you out, saying you need to sign up.
Him with his diseased, stinky penis. I don't know what the hell's going on with that guy.
Like pulling it out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
All right,
Good
Crystal.
time, you know.
I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
All right, it's been a few months now. the new Nexus, to me, is just a failure. It's pretty much what I thought it would be. Maybe even worse, I figured it'd just be a vehicle for Punk, but I think it's done more harm for the guys in Nexus than it has good. And I don't really see much of a future for the guys. Maybe the big guy looks like the fake Tista, but overall, I think it's just pretty much killed off the whole Nexus concept. What do you guys think?
I completely agree with you. I think it's hurt Punk more than anything because, from my view, those guys were just supposed to be in the background, kind of making trouble, doing their thing, and then they're supposed to be gone. And Punk is supposed to be, this great superstar, and I think it's actually bringing him down. Now, mind you, I'm not a fan of Punk's gimmick. I'm a fan of him as a person.
It's not a gimmick. He really is.
And then Travis in the background.
That's what he said. I bet he's back there shooting up. He's chasing the dragon. Not Travis. I mean, he says he's straight edge at Punk. I bet it's all a gimmick. What do you think, Intro?
They think that you're shooting it up with Punk right now.
Oh, he didn't say that. He said that he thinks Punk's shooting up and he's all lying.
Oh, he thinks Punk's shooting up.
I think Travis and Punk are sharing some steroids.
Are they sharing steroids? Can you confirm this?
They're shooting steroids and all that other stuff.
Better not let Jason X here.
Here, Travis wants to say hi. Hold on a second.
How's it going, guys?
How you doing, Travis? Good talking to you.
You better not let Jason X hear what you're saying. He might come up there to Sandwich and be looking for you.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
What do you...
Jack, he knows the Earl of Sandwich. So.
I do. I'm straight edge, too. Right down the middle, Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You just take a hiatus from being straight edge every now and then, right?
Right. Look, last night, earlier today, but, for the most part. Right now I am. Right at this moment. Andrew, what do you think about the new Nexus?
I think it's terrible. I don't know. I agree with you. I kind of thought it could have been good at first, but the way it's gone, it's not so hot. I think it's a terrible, terrible group.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's up with his hair?
With his hair? Whose hair?
Yeah, why does Punk slick his hair back? He looks like some kind of Spider-Man villain or something.
Eddie Munster.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't mind it. I think he looks all right like that, but
it makes him look like an old man. I think, kind of like a mafia guy, but all the tattoos things. I don't know what he's supposed to be. He's like a comic book villain.
I think he got tired of the Doc Brown haircut, so he just decided to slick it back.
I think he just stop putting him with people. Just let him be himself. Let him be the natural heel that he is.
I don't mind I kind of think it fits him when he has a group of guys and they're played and he's the cult leader. But I just think it really hurts the rest of the guys. They're just lackeys. And Nexus right now, to me, it's not really anything. It's just another. What was his group before that? The Straight Edge Society. It's like the Straight Edge Society version 2, pretty much.
Well, yeah, they don't even push the guys that he's with. It makes him look weak in the outrun. He's supposed to be a cult leader, but still, you gotta at least push the guys he's with somewhat to make the team look credible.
Yeah, it's not really anything right now. And they had such a big start when Nexus started, when they destroyed everything. But for now, it's pretty much over with. But anyway, thank you guys for calling in. We're going to be picking the winners here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
See you later, Crystal.
Love you, Jack.
See you later, Travis.
Good night.
Night. Hey, baby.
All right. You got balls. Hitting on his wife while he's on the line.
All right. Now, you want to go to break, and we'll come back and give away this the contest?
We can give it away right now if you want,
Oh, I gotta write down all these people that are in the chat room.
Oh, do you? Okay, well, maybe we better take a break then. So anyhow,
we'll be right back. We'll
be right back after these songs. I know everybody loves them so much. Everybody's been complaining at me. But I'm just too lazy to change them. I don't know.
What kind of songs you got playing there?
Just, songs.
I mean, well, do they have words?
Wrestling themes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of my slugs when I had to, when my hard drive went kaput, and even though they backed up most of the stuff, I don't think they backed up a lot of my my tunes, so I can't help you out there.
Well, we'll be right back.
Yo, this is New Jack, the original gangster, and right now you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. Believe it. If you don't, I'll stab your ass.
Ludemon llamando.
¿Qué pasa, gringos? This is Santo Loco. You're looking for some lucha libre action, but you can't get the Spanish channel, or you don't understand what they're saying. Check this out. Triple A in English. Check out all the Triple A superstars, the Rudos, the Technicals, and your host, Santo Loco, to commentate for you, for all your gringos. So check it out at InYourHeadOnline.com or at MySpace, Triple A in English. Check it out.
The voice in your head is Outback Jack, talking to you directly from InYourHeadOnline.com. If you're not listening, your mother still dresses you.
All right, we have returned once again, and I'm still not a werewolf.
Oh, and I ain't dead yet.
You are not dead yet. You're still not a zombie. All right, we want to thank the winners of the video contest. That is Minivan with her impression of Jericho. That was pretty awesome. It was hard to beat. Everyone kind of gave up after they saw that one because it was the video to beat. And Dwayne also did a very good job. So they're the two winners of the video contest.
The video contest.
And
Good
we've got
old
two
Dwayne.
more. Yes.
I'm giving Dwayne a book.
He won himself a book?
All right. I've called a truce a long time ago. So.
And you got to let me know, too. I know I got to send out Clinton's and the other guy won. And let me know if you can, if you want us to sign them or not. And if not, I'll send them right out. If you want to sign them, I'll sign and send them over to Incher, and he can sign them, and then it'll be all good. All right. So 2 winners tonight, Incher.
Mm-hmm.
Winner number 1.
Winner number 1.
Now, again, the people who called in have been entered, and everyone in the chat. So if you called in and you're in chat, you've been entered twice. Winner number 1 is someone who is in the chat room right now. That is Will Cool.
Oh, my goodness. Will Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Will
like,
Cool with himself.
Yeah. Has Will Cool ever been in the chat room before?
Yeah, he's in the chat room, but he's also on our message board and on the Facebook. Will Morey, I believe. I believe he doesn't normally use the name Will Cool.
Okay.
And the second winner is Jobs.
Jobs. Man.
2 chat room winners.
2 chat room winners. My goodness. All these people that's called in, but those are the winners, and that's how the cookie crumbles.
You have quite a few books left if you want me to give one to a caller.
Is that possible, or do you think we should wait?
It's up to you.
I'm going to say tonight's going to be a trifecta.
Oh,
We've got 3 winners tonight. Someone who called in must win. I feel that's only fair.
I think you're right. So if I pick a name and they didn't call in, I just won't say it and I'll pick another one.
Excellent. Just keep pulling them out of your sack until you get somebody who called in.
All right. The third one is Travis in Denver.
Oh, Travis in Denver. He will be pleased.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
You're a good man, Travis. You won yourself a book?
An outstanding book. I don't care what Tazo the Greek says. I've enjoyed it all the way through. I'm almost finished with it. Great book. Chris Jericho's Undisputed. His original one, A Lion's Tale's good, too.
Mm-hmm.
Soon after I stop reading Undisputed, I will start reading Goldust's book. What's it called? Let's see. It's here on my desk here.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is this book called? Oh, Goldust, Out of the Darkness. Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, man.
Crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name.
You know, If Will Cool is William, he actually did call into the show. But that's all right. We give out 3 books anyway, because it's just mentally.
Oops. If they're the same people. Oh.
That's okay.
Oh, well. You fooled us.
It's our fault. It's our fault.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. I feel like Gail Kim has thrown a bucket of confetti on me.
Oh, man.
And she botched that.
Does that turn you on?
It does. Like, hey, Asian lady, thanks for throwing that confetti on me.
I get a boner every time.
Mm-hmm. You think she's really going out with Daniel Bryan?
Nah.
You think Cole really hates Daniel Bryan?
Probably.
You think
William, are you also Will Cool?
Yes, I am indeed. Oh, man, am I pumped up right now.
Oh, that's good times. That's good times.
I'm glad you
won.
won.
God, I never won anything in my life.
Well, he finally fulfilled the prophecy. He has finally won something.
Uh-huh.
This has just made my day and my world. Winning something from in your head. My life is actually complete now.
Oh, man, that's excellent. Glad you're going to enjoy the book. We still have 5 more to give out, so probably in the next 3 weeks, we'll be giving away all the books. So it's good times. Everybody check out inyourheadonline.com.
But, William, you must send Jack your address, because you can't just...
Well, how would you like me to do that? I can give you my address.
Okay.
You probably shouldn't do it over the phone here. I think you would... I think you should just PM it to me on the Facebook.
Somebody would drive to your house and they'd be like, "Give me that Chris Jericho book."
Now, do you want this signed by Incher and the Jacker, or do you just want it straight up?
Oh, hell yeah!
You get it signed by Incher and the Jacker.
Jacking me off on the Inch, man.
Oh, jacking me off, man. That's a. All right. Well, congratulations for winning. You're a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. Join us here next week. We're going to, I don't know who all is going to be on the show, but we'll definitely have Sarah Del Rey and Zach Gowen and possibly Road Warrior Animal. And then the week after that, that'll be the 16th. We're going to have Hands of Stone, Rugged Ronnie Garvin. That should be pretty cool. And the week after that, we're going to have Thunderfoot #1. On the show, Joel Deaton, longtime NWA wrestler, so it's going to be good times here on the show. And then upcoming next month, after Wrestlemania, Mean Gene Okerlund, that's going to be pretty awesome, and Gilbert.
Gilbert? And Mean Gene?
Yeah.
Wow. You guys know how to book them heavy.
It's going to be good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
That's you guys.
Thanks for calling, William.
Right on, dude. I'm pumped. Thanks, man.
Van, Dwayne, William, those are our winners tonight. And Travis from Denver.
And Travis from Denver.
We gave out 4, so that's like a...
Yeah, really 5. You gave a 5.
5?
Well, the 2 were from the video thing, which we already put away, We just happened to announce them tonight.
Excellent.
But we gave away 3 on the show. Good times. Good times.
I'll make sure to watch my wrestling for next week.
Better.
I was a little down and out this week.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to catch up. Check out all the happenings in the wrestling world. Write some my notes. I know people love them.
Notes. You got a note from my mother.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
What's that from?
From Welcome Back, Cotter.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day. Yeah.
It's very, very topical. That dude's like a professional poker player or something now, ain't he?
Yeah, he was, and then he was an announcer.
He's an announcer?
For poker.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a strange life. He
Yeah.
was Welcome Back Carter, and then he became like a card player.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about being a professional poker player?
I don't know how it's possible. Like, how could somebody be that good at a game? That's
They
like
say
all
that-
left up to luck. I mean, I know they say it's like in the eyes and you kind of bluff people out, but
They say that a lot of those professional, gamblers, that they can go from millionaires to broke, like for months apart.
yeah.
It's a weird lifestyle.
Yeah, so it's like, how's that fun, If I got $1 million, I'd want to keep it. I might, gamble a little bit of it, but I'm gonna know to stop,
Mm-hmm.
That's my philosophy when I go to the dog track. It's like
probably most of the vast majority of professional gamblers are probably the broke ones.
Yeah. And when I go, I get scared, man. When I get ahead, I don't want to lose it. I stop.
You get hit? Oh,
get ahead while I'm gambling.
Right.
Not while I'm getting ahead. I don't want to stop because you can't stop. I mean, it's just like
enough of that. Get away.
Yeah, that's just like I mean, eventually you're gonna stop, but that's just because you can't take no more.
Right.
You get me?
I got you.
Yeah, the kids need to know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they need to tune in for.
All those... There's probably a lot more wrestling news that we didn't bring up.
I can't think of any, though.
I don't know. You guys can check out your dirt sheets for all the news.
Is there any more like Hogan bitching at somebody on Twitter?
Oh, probably.
I can't believe that, though. They're doing that to Jimmy Hart. Just keep your mouth shut, Hogan. I'm sure Jimmy's kept his mouth shut about a lot of shit that you've done.
You're a stooge, Hogan. You're stooging out your buddy.
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut, Hogan.
You freaking stooge.
He's been a good friend to you all these years. Never said one thing bad about Hogan. You get the first chance about ratting out Jimmy Hart about doing WrestleMania, he's stooging it to Meltzer. It's like, hey, Meltz, got a big story here, buddy.
Big old stooge.
You know that Jimmy Hart? He's going to be a manager on WrestleMania.
And then probably Jimmy Hart's just crying in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mean man. This from the Little Melts. Bischoff saying that they need to cut down on pay-per-views in TNA.
Well, they don't build very well towards pay-per-views. I hardly even know they're happening until they happen.
Yeah, I think they just do them out of a habit. It's like we're supposed to have a pay-per-view every month, but they don't really they don't build it up or make it something you want to see.
Or you got like Matt Morgan in the freaking main event, and you're like, who cares about that?
Mm-hmm. So I just think they've lost how to set up a pay-per-view.
Yeah. That's kind of how it was in WCW, too, towards the end. Like, they weren't built very well, It was all about the TV.
Yeah, because there was a time when WWE had one every month, WCW had one every month, ECW was like every other month, and I didn't think, man, this is too many of these. I really look forward to all of them.
Yeah.
So it's really how you build them.
I really looked forward to the ECW ones. It was like, oh, God, when are they going to have another one?
Yeah, me too. Even not that long ago, a few years ago, we used to look forward to the TNA ones. When we started the show, you'd always get they would probably, for the most part, be better than the WWE ones. You'd always have a match of the year candidate on them when Samoa Joe was really going good.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore.
No,
it's like he's really got the dude from freaking Green Hornet with him, and he's just this fat boy. It isn't any good anymore.
Also, real quick, too, I forgot to mention this, I want to thank Johnny Everlove for having me on the show. And check that out at JohnnyEverlove.com, and you can hear about all the how In Your Head started, all the behind-the-scenes stuff, how Intra and I met.
Did you tell the story about how, you picked me up out of the gutter? and turned me into a good person.
I was like, hey, kid, hey, bum, I think I can get something out of you. I picked him right out of the gutter and made him the man you see today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's good times. All right.
OneWrestling.com? Is that the site, Jack?
OneWrestlingRadio.com.
OneWrestlingRadio.com. Good fellas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can hear them next week before us.
Yeah, hear them every week before the show, and you can hear them on the podcast. And, good times.
OneWrestlingRadio.com.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Jack.
Yes.
Had a fun time. Did you learn anything during this broadcast?
Oh, I always learn. I think In Your Head's very educational.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to not share a urinal with Taz of the Greek because you might catch something.
Yeah. Gene the Drunk is really Kamala's son.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Hunter's probably the most normal.
Conception.
Yeah. Hunter's parents probably shouldn't allow him to listen to the show.
He's 15. I did whatever I wanted when I was 15.
Yeah, it's not like he's like 8.
Yeah, I mean, when I was 15, I was like, I want to play Nintendo. And that's probably what I'm doing
rebel.
still. Yeah.
You were living the hard life.
Leave me alone. I want to play some Super NES.
Play Nintendo.
I want to play some...
Playing Mario Kart.
I want to play some Secret of Mana.
Oh, man.
Some freaking Final Fantasy 3. Don't be getting all up in my grill, Mom. I was real into the RPGs back then, but...
Really?
Yeah, I don't get into them like I used to.
And look, you're not a murderer.
Yeah. Not a murderer from playing video games.
Playing the Super Mario Brothers 3, whatever.
It made me want to turn into a raccoon and fly across the street and land on somebody's head.
Alright, guys.
Over. It was awesome.
It's all done. We're wrapping it up.
Stick a fork in us. We're done.
Intro and I just sometimes have a hard time saying goodbye.
I know it. But anyhow, we'll see you all next week. We might have a plethora of guests. Sarah Del Rey, she is confirmed.
I will say Sarah Del Rey will definitely be on the show. I don't think she's the type to back out.
Definitely.
The rest of them, who knows? Tune in to find out.
Alrighty, everybody. Talk to you all later.
This is Raging Bowman Fernandez, and you're listening In Your Head. And if you guys want to know true stories about wrestling and great individuals you want to talk to and find out more about some of the old legends of wrestling, stay tuned for this.
Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, and a fight. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, and a fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre was great. He was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, and a fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.